You know, I've never quite understood the power of Dennis's finger until now. It's this immense feeling of, well, Kevin's not here, and while the chief is away, the little engines will play. Right?
Yes.
I mean, God bless Outlaw Radio Network. And Kevin, I hope if you're listening right now, you're enjoying the trip to California. But I hope by the time the next tsunami washes up on the beach, you're playing there. Okay, so here, come on, guys, listen. It's Kevin. Okay, it's Mr. Ego. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. You don't have to point. It's okay.
Okay, all
we're
right.
good. Okay. So, and Kevin is Mr. Ego, right?
Yes.
Because how many times have we all had to listen to who won the D Derby race, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We even got a reminder on Facebook yesterday.
We do. It's a regular thing with Kevin. And Kevin doesn't understand that everybody associated with Outlaw Radio knows and understands the egomaniacal individual that is K-Dog. We all know it, but we all love him. Well, K-Dog's not with us tonight. He's on vacation.
I don't believe K-Dog is with us. I think you could use that line in a couple of different ways. The last I heard, K-Dog was not sober, so he was not with us in that regard either.
Well, that's true. It's not something
I think that's why he was getting so late.
That we have sitting and joining us on the casting couch tonight. For those of you that know Dave McMullen, Dave is with us this evening, and we're going to get to Dave, like I said, in just a minute. We just got to set up the show. So, and after Dave is done talking with us, and he's going to give us some really interesting information. We're going to talk politics in Washington State. He's going to explain to us how incredibly crazy Democrats are. I'm willing to bet that will be. To fix that.
We don't have video. We don't have video. Okay. Sorry, guys. We'll get it.
Oh, video's not working at all? Okay.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Okay.
You were like, yes, I see you pointing.
Yes, I thought you were saying introduce our guest, and I'm like, well, I'm going to get to it.
Not exactly what I was
Okay. See, this is why I'm sitting next to a woman who's a wonderful, beautiful co-host, and she's pointing at a picture on the screen. I have no idea what she means by that. Like when you go home and you're married and you're living in your household and your wife is stamping her foot like she's expecting something.
Of us.
Yes, but I didn't know that's what you were pointing at. I mean, that's why it was
How
so
about
funny.
a nice little Scooby-Doo deduction here, buddy?
Because so as Dennis so eloquently taught me years ago, do you know what was funny about the Scooby-Doo van?
What?
They were smoking pot and getting high going down the road.
Duh, we already knew
Wait, you knew that too?
Yes.
Oh my God. Everybody knew that but me.
Dude, my rolling tray at home is Scooby-Doo.
Like, how did everybody know that but me? I was so sheltered as a kid. Everybody knew that the Scooby-Doo crew was getting baked and I didn't.
Yeah, like what was wrong with you?
I don't know.
I thought you had older brothers.
No.
Oh, you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest.
Oh, maybe that's why I have two older brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm the oldest. I knew.
You knew?
All right. Well, you're just smarter.
Yeah. See what happens when you assume things, lady. That's right. There we go. We're starting that off with a bang. Dennis, can we make Mr. McMullen's mic hot when you get a second? Just we're good? Okay, well, let me introduce my good friend and one of the most intelligent men that I've ever met in my life. You want to talk politics? I put this guy right on the level with Chris Gergen, who we've had on here a bunch of times. Dave, good evening, sir. It is very nice to see you. Say hi to your myriad of fans that are listening.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Very good.
When I heard Kevin wasn't going to be here, I said, whoa, what an opportunity.
He's like, I get to come in and say what I want to say.
I love it.
And the best part about this is, Dave, there's no progressive liberal Democrat here to shut you down.
Oh, no.
Right? I mean, let's just say it. I mean, we just went through the most trying weekend for conservatives in the history of this country. I mean, we had to watch millions and millions of people show up for these no kings, which really taught us all a lesson, right? I mean, if you were driving down the road in any town where there was a no kings protest, we learned one thing, right? I don't know about you, Dave, and what it was like in Tacoma, but out here we had them on the peninsula and in Bremerton and in Gig Harbor and in Paulsbo. They were everywhere. And I absolutely felt horrified when I left because all of those people had to go home to Donald Trump still being their president.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing the work that they did. It's like they came out, they protested, and when they were done, there were no kings.
Yeah.
Still no kings.
Didn't change anything.
Just a president of the United States elected by
Duly.
the people.
With and he won the public. I mean, he won the vote.
Popular. You're
The
trying to say
vote.
popular.
Yeah, I'm trying to say popular. He won the popular vote, for gosh sakes. So we can't say, we shouldn't make fun of them. Do you think they accomplished anything? Because I'm seeing all kinds of posts. Like my favorite one, studies show it only takes 4% of the American population to have an impact on a government entity. And they're like, we had 7% or 7 million people turn out, right? And they're like, and that's like, what is it, 2.5% or something they claimed, right? And I'm thinking, well, I don't think, because I'm willing to bet that they got that number of like 4% from this idea of, well, only 3% of Americans, were involved in the American Revolution kind of thing. Like they're pointing a finger at the 3%ers. And I'm thinking, first of all, you're not 3%ers. Probably only 1 out of 1,000 of you has ever held a gun, let alone shot it. So I'm willing to bet that there was a lot of empty vessels that were playing at human beings.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've already shown that. MSNBC showed this video of like millions of people that were protesting, and then they found out that they were actually broadcasting a video of a 2018 protest.
So is that the one? Because I think I know which one you're talking about. The picture they showed it. One of the announcers on MSNBC literally said, "I don't think that's what the trees look like in Boston in October."
Yeah,
right. Is that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that was so funny. I darn near Pete. I just like, oh my goodness.
Then they showed actual footage, and it was not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, I was intimidated. I was driving through Bonnie Lake, and there was like 3 people on a corner. It was intimidating.
That's scary.
But they're not 3%ers. When you look at the age of the photographs of people, they're the 3 dependers.
Good one,
For
Dave.
those that don't understand what he meant, just type in "depends best price near me" into your chat, or into your search bar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
They're available on
Hey,
Amazon.
hey, Dave. I have a
Yeah.
question for you. How's that couch? Is it cozy?
Oh, it is.
Is it a
It is.
cozy
This-
couch?
Very first casting couch I've ever been on.
Are you nervous?
No,
Oh,
No, that's
good.
No.
Good.
I was born for casting couch.
That's right. There's a reason why Tom threw away the black light that was over the top of it.
Oh my God.
I listen, and
Damn.
did you get a chance to sample some of the beautiful black ring spirits wares that he has in here? I don't know if you got a chance to or not, but
No,
if you
I hadn't.
if you haven't and you want to and you feel like, I mean, there's a beautiful
I did offer.
tasting gallery here.
Yeah. I did
okay.
offer. Yeah.
Okay.
He's giving you a plug right now.
Oh no,
So
I
take it.
appreciate that. No, I do.
She's right.
I
That's all
definitely do. Yeah.
That's all I was doing. I wasn't
No.
trying to sell him on it, but
No. Thank you, my friend.
all right, it's good.
Yeah.
See, I'm better than Kevin that way.
I'm
always looking out for my.
Thank you. I just don't want anyone to think I wasn't a good host.
Yeah, you're a very good host.
Very good.
All right, Dave, let's get into some meat and potatoes here about the state of Washington. Because God knows our version of a governor leaves a lot to be desired.
Which one?
Our governor, the current
this
one?
Oh,
the current one.
okay.
Everyone we've had for the past
Well,
25 years, 30
Oh, it's
years.
been longer than that.
Yeah. Here's my question to you. Largest tax increase in state history. Gas prices, median home income, the money that people are making, the housing crisis. I mean, this state's becoming a shithole. Talk to me a little bit about the Republican perspective and how you think things are going to go in the next year or two. What are you guys looking forward to? What are you really focusing on?
Well, we definitely are seeing a lot more people that are getting involved and are protesting to us their dismay over taxes. And it's only going to get worse because a lot of them actually went into effect just at the first of this month.
Right.
So you got to figure around Christmas time, there's going to be a lot of people going into the next short session that are going to be very upset. We're planning on making sure that during that session, we have a lot of people coming in, phone calling and putting the pressure on, because 2026 is going to be a very pivotal election that if we can swing, we're not going to get the majority.
Right.
It's too far down. But if we can swing 5 or 6 seats, Quite frankly, if we can win this election right now with Michelle Caldier and Chad Magendas down in the 5th, that's going to send a message, and that's going to motivate people. As much as I hated it happened, the assassination of Charlie Kirk has created overwhelming response. Even in Washington state, the media likes to show the people that they always want to show the people that, you know, can't stand them. You guys got an issue in your Bremerton school board with
little one.
You know, little one. And we're going to talk about
We are going to talk about that.
Yeah, later on that. But the tide is turning. I've been the chair now for 8 years in Pierce County.
And done an amazing job, by the way.
Thank you. People, I've never seen people more personally motivated. And I can just use one example as my own wife, Patty. Good conservative, but she never really got into politics, the minutia. That was my thing. You know,
she left it to you, right?
Yeah.
And now she's
no, I could be the perfect Democrat in my family because she gives me her ballot and I help her fill it out. So I get to vote twice. So, you know.
Okay, that is funny. For those that don't know, trust me, it's just funny.
Yeah. But she, since Charlie Kirk got assassinated, has become extremely motivated. She's sending me political articles. She's a CTE teacher at the Elmo Ridge High School in Puyallup. And she got a white freedom shirt. And
did she really?
She did. And she wore it to school.
Oh, how'd that go over?
Nobody really said a word to her.
Good. That's good. I'm glad that they didn't say
the other thing is, and I know because I'm married to her, you don't really say much to Patty. No, and she proudly took a selfie of herself and her before she left for work, posted it on her Facebook. Usually the profile picture of her Facebook is reserved for our grandkids, and it's got a picture of Charlie Kirk right now.
Wow.
So she is a good example of what we've been experiencing. We had our booth at the Washington State Fair during that time.
That was a whole nother issue.
But there was a whole mess of people that just visited our booth that they wanted to express their dismay over it and how upset they were and how they now they see that the violence is actually coming from the Democrats, where they try to turn it around. My cousin who lives in California, we've always had good, respectful conversation about politics. My whole family came from Democrats, but
so you broke the mold.
I did.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan started it all. Yeah. But anyway, we always talked this and that. We disagree, but it was always respectful. You know, I love my cousin. She's great. But shortly after the Charlie Kirk thing, she texted me on my Facebook Messenger and said, "Well, Dave, I got to let you know, you've been right all along."
Really?
Yeah. Which I was like, wait a minute. And stuff. And she was just like, no, but she was always a sensible, type Democrat. Like I've always said, if John F. Kennedy lived today, he'd be a Republican.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
that's 1,000% right.
The type of Ronald Reagan came from that type of
That's
Democrat.
right. Do we call them like blue collar Democrats?
Blue
dog, right?
Yeah,
Blue
blue
dog.
dog Democrat or whatever.
Is that still a good descriptive term?
Yeah, I think so.
It's only been in the last 25 years, really, that the parties got so separated and divisive.
Yeah,
there was always
respect.
Yeah.
Well,
there is no respect now.
Well, Newt Gingrich and President Clinton at the time is a great example of what happens when government people can work together and they don't have that vitriol.
Yeah.
Well, you had people like John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. They did the very first televised presidential debate. They did their debate, everything respectful, and then they met afterwards to exchange notes and talk about things.
Amazing how far we've come from those days, isn't it?
Yeah. And now they all hate each other.
Yeah. Now
they've pulled the voters into hating.
Yeah. You've got a president now. Well, not president anymore, but you got Joe Biden, who talked about how he'd like to take Trump out behind the barn and kick his ass. That's where our politics are at, and the nation.
Which even in his prime, he couldn't do.
It's true.
Okay, but to that same point, did we not just see a video today that he posted of like the jet dumping poop on protesters?
It was just mud. It wasn't poop. It was just mud. Hello.
Okay.
It's just mud. Prove to me it was poop. You can't.
I'm
It's
just
okay, I
saying
win.
it gives me pause because even though half the country may hate him, he's still their president. So there's got to come
Half the country
a
doesn't hate him.
a modicum
Half
of
the country is influenced by a small minority that knows how to use media and social media.
Okay, understood.
Well
but
put,
he
Dave. Well
still represents them as well, and with that becomes a modicum of respect has to come with that for the people that you're being president to, right?
Are you suggesting? And I'm asking the question here. I'm not challenging what your thought is. I'm just it's the question. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that if you are president, you need to display better decorum? I mean, you need to conduct yourself.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But
and you're saying that Trump doesn't?
I'm saying with that video that he posted, he's basically dumping on half the country.
I think you have a valid point, but I don't necessarily point a finger at Trump and say he created all of this, right?
Oh, no, I'm not saying he created all of that. I'm saying that I just want to see more out of my president. We were talking about how it was a different time with presidents before. I would just like to see more of that coming from the White House is all I'm saying.
Okay.
He's still my president.
So Alicia's telling you she doesn't like your president, Dave. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's move on.
Stop.
I always knew she was a Democrat.
Oh my God, stop it.
It's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
So
No, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that will tell me, I hate what he does, but I love his policies.
Right, his policies. That's what I get.
Like take the Twitter button away from him. Yeah.
But-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was a lot he was a lot worse the first time than he was this time.
Do you think?
But he's also the master of throwing a little bomb out.
Yeah.
Get them all scurrying over this way while he goes and takes care of something over here.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they figure it out, it's already done.
Yeah.
It's listen, you're
what he's doing to create peace in the Middle East is phenomenal.
It is. And I will, like, I have a son that's in the Army right now. He's in his 6th year. He's getting ready to ETS and get out. And my son has learned to be an independent thinker. And the debates that we're having back and forth right now is that, he's firmly in the camp of, look, I like Trump, but I think that Netanyahu and Israel are pulling too many strings and they're making too many things. And he's like, he's just really honed in on this. And he's like, and I'm afraid my president's getting played by the Israelis and by the Russians. What do you think? You think that Trump's in good control of those situations?
I do. I can't say I'm an expert or that I've been watching it so intently that I know exactly what's going on. But I also know that Donald Trump is a shrewd negotiator.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
He looks at all this stuff practically in 4D. It's amazing how he's thrown out something and then you come back later and find out he was totally right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got things manipulating and moving in certain directions, like what happened in Ukraine when I forgot his name, the guy that runs Ukraine. Yeah, and he shows up in like a sweatsuit or whatever, and Trump just kicked him out for not being appropriate. It was kind of like, well, maybe he's being harsh. That's just the way their culture is in Ukraine. They don't wear many suits right now because everything's war ravaged and stuff.
Yeah.
But what he did is he threw him off guard.
Interesting point.
Yeah, his arrogance coming in, and he was going to demand this money and everything. He got his butt thrown out of the White House without an invitation to come back.
Yeah.
On national
it's like Trump didn't say, go put a suit on and come back and we'll finish. He's bye.
Yeah.
And there had to be a negotiation to get him back in there. He was a totally different guy.
Right. And then he signed signed that deal on the resources and
Yes,
everything.
he did.
He's like, shit, man. You know what? Maybe I do need the United States.
I guarantee
protection.
you Donald Trump didn't care about the suit, but he saw an opportunity to embarrass him
Mm-hmm.
on the world stage.
Yep.
And Trump's not afraid to do that.
And to your point, Zelensky has been very different ever since.
Yeah.
Right. And he even cracked a joke. Zelensky cracked a joke the next time he was in the White House. Hey, I wore a suit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I'm there.
So sometimes you got to look a little farther into, what Trump's doing rather than, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that.
Yeah.
I have always observed that he has a certain method to his madness.
There is. I'm there with you. I feel that. Now, is there any way that we could create a situation in this state where our governor could have a method to the madness, right? Because there's a shitload of madness going on.
No,
I do not understand.
He's just a partisan jerk.
Have you met him and had a conversation with him personally?
No.
Okay. Well, me neither. And you're safe because of that. I think when he first came in, now tell me where I'm wrong on this. When he first came in, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because he was actually out there giving the talk that he was willing to be more bipartisan.
Oh yeah. His introductory speech there at the beginning of the session, he was all, I want to work with you, I want to work on this program. We're going to do this. And the Democrats were all super upset and trying to whatever.
Didn't they even do something where the Democrats in Olympia were
I
believe
believe there was no sincerity in any of the stuff he said. None of it, because he played the role all the way to the end, where everyone was debating whether he was going to do the right thing and veto some of this stuff. And he turned around and just, without a word, just signed everything.
Yeah.
Without any type of, and I've talked to different reps down there and stuff, and they said they were completely shut out on it. It's all a ruse. There's no Republican down there in Olympia that trusts him for anything.
Yeah. Well, and
because he flat out lied.
Yeah.
Jay Inslee's an idiot and believes the stupid stuff he says. Bob Ferguson is an absolute
narcissist.
I'm not supposed to use profanity.
You can.
You can.
You're allowed.
The FCC is not.
He's a poo-poo head.
Okay.
If my wife's listening, she approved of that.
Yeah. So there we have it.
Yeah. He's a poo-poo head.
He's a poo-poo head. Yeah. No, I get it. We're going to use that. We're going to tell Kevin.
No, it's my grandson's favorite word.
You should make that into a shirt.
The governor's
Bob Ferguson's a poo-poo head.
The poo-poo head.
Instead of bobblehead Bob, just be like poo-poo head. Yes. I dig it. I'm there. And you look like you had a question, dear. You have a question?
I was gonna ask what other things are going on locally that you wanted to talk about.
Well, the big race is right here in the 26th.
Yeah, we've been watching it.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah. Did you see that Kevin apologized to Michelle Caldier?
It did. It did. I walked outside. The sky was still blue. I thought it was turning green or something like that. I give Kevin a lot of credit. I never understood his obsession. Animosity to her.
Yeah.
There was a fair amount of it.
Yeah.
Fair amount of it.
More than a fair amount of it.
Yeah.
I have to say that I've always liked Michelle, but she has ticked me off over the years because,
I know.
Probably more because she's more of a free spirit and isn't afraid to tell the political parties to eat it when there's a disagreement. But last night at our fall gala, she sat right next to me.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful time talking about stuff. She helped us with our raise the paddle, gave a great stump speech. I'm feeling really strong about her possibilities. It's an off-year election.
Mm-hmm.
Voter turnout is always low.
Always low.
She lost the primary by a very small margin.
Like 700 votes, I think.
Yeah. We've put out a very large, we got people on the ground knocking on doors. We got mailers going out.
Good.
We've got Jesse Young supporting her.
Yeah.
Those two have that's even bigger news than Kevin burying the hatchet. Jesse's out there campaigning for trying to secure the conservative vote because that's always been their thing. Jesse was conservative vote. Michelle always got more of the moderate type vote. So with that going on and our ground game, the mailers we're putting out, I think she's going to win.
Okay.
I feel really strong about her winning, and that's going to be a turning point.
Explain to the listeners what a Michelle Caldier win would do in Olympia.
Well, number one, it flips a seat. We're on that dangerous position where we're a super minority. The Democrats can just make a bill, pass it. There's no floor debate.
Right.
They were able to do egregious things like cutting off all floor debate
Yeah.
So Democrats couldn't even come out and argue against a bill.
Wow.
Lori
Because they controlled everything.
Jenkins just shut it off.
Yeah.
She's the worst
Yeah.
of the
she is.
worst. And
100%.
yeah. So a Michelle Caldier victory sets the tone for 2026.
Definitely.
It's that we can get momentum, we can get out of state donations, things that just really get the ball rolling. Right now, Washington State is in the Republican circles is the laughing stock of the nation.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all.
49 states, even California, went slightly to the right.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't, very blue state, but it actually in 2024 went more to the right. Washington State's the only state that went more to the blue.
Yeah.
And that's got to change.
Yeah.
So they're looking for us to show signs of life.
Yeah. Well, listening to Brian Hayward came out and gave a keynote speech out here in Silverdale area at the Puget Sound Patriots gathering.
That was great.
And he was talking about how numbers wise, and maybe you can either agree or disagree or this one way or another. What do we think as a Republican? What do you think the percentage of actual Republican voters in Washington State is compared to Democrat voters, just based on what you've seen over the years? Like, is it 39% Republican, 40%? What are your numbers?
Last numbers that I saw that they did, like the Republicans were like 32%, the Democrats were like 39%, and the rest solidly identify as independent. That's a big, wide thing because I'm independent, but I tend to vote Democrat. I'm an independent, but I tend to vote Republican.
Yeah.
So I do think that it's probably 52-48 when you get down to the voting, because I think saying you're an independent is just an egotistical thing that I'm above party politics,
Right.
which is not a bad thing,
Right.
but everyone has to choose. And the way things are so partisan, so divided, I can't see anybody that votes Republican here, Democrat there. You go down your ballot one way or the other. And it's just like saying I'm running in a nonpartisan race.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a nonpartisan position, but you're a partisan. You're either a Republican or a Democrat, or you're liberal or you're conservative. So nothing is nonpartisan, independent, bipartisan. Everyone has a point of view.
Absolutely. And we've talked about that here for years, about the idea that there's nobody left in news. There's nobody left in the media that doesn't inject their own personal opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the trick is, right, learning the key words when they are injecting their own opinion. You know, my favorite that I point out to people is when you hear somebody on the news say, what do you say to people when they say, or, you know, people say this, whenever they use those open-ended phrases, you know, it's their way of saying, well, I think you're this or that, right? And that's all they're doing. They're just imparting their own personal opinion onto the general public and trying to make it seem like they're asking a question on behalf of the public. But nobody's out there.
Yeah.
It's truly neutral. There's just nobody left. There just isn't at any network.
Yeah. No, there's a few out there. But
if you know of one, please let me know.
No, I wouldn't say in big corporate media there isn't.
Yeah, I don't know any.
No, to get an impartial voice, you have to shrink a lot. You got to stay away from the big corporate entities.
Well, and it drives me nuts, right?
Well, even the media people are starting to find out that they can't be above politics and be an independent journalist.
Well, they still
because they still inject their own views.
Yes, they do.
Brandy Cruz is a fine example of that. Back when she was on Q13 and around the time I first met her and stuff, she was so hardcore. I am not a Republican. I am an independent. I'm a journalist. And she's, just was going to fight for what was right, which I respected. I thought she was great from when she did her Q13 show.
Absolutely.
But as she started to get more into hardcore politics, hardcore politics forced her to take a stand.
It did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now she's, even if she didn't say I'm a loyal Republican or whatever, there she is in the White House.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
and
talking
she
with
went from
President
having, yes,
And
Trump.
she did such a good job.
She did an
went-
amazing
What-
job. And I was just sitting there going like, wow, she's like a national star now.
Yeah.
What?
You know.
So
Yeah.
Brandy spent. I mean, we kind of met Brandy because she was a speaker at the state libertarian convention, and I had connected with her and brought her back.
you did. That's exactly
Right.
Yep.
So, and I mean, if you were to try to pigeonhole Brandy, I think you'd have to go more libertarian than Republican or Democrat, because I think she gets as frustrated as I do with the allegiance to an agenda over the allegiance to we the people, and
Yeah.
both parties are guilty.
I
of that.
agree with that. I'm a loyal Republican, but there's times the Republican Party just infuriates me.
Right. The agenda, the
yeah.
agenda is not a one size fits all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. And if I really look at my politics, I think the Libertarian Party is a joke. They're just so
There
off
are
the wall.
there
But
are
the
definitely
libertarian.
challenges.
There's a difference between libertarian values and the Libertarian Party.
Yes.
I feel I'm a libertarian
Yeah.
in my political views.
Yeah. So the Washington State Libertarian Party is actually really well put together. The National Party kind of looks to it. But I agree. The Libertarian Party on the big national level, there's a couple of jokers in there that kind of make for bad optics.
The Libertarian Party's there for disgruntled Republican political candidates that get rejected by the Republican Party, so they bounce over the Libertarian Party so they can at least shoot their mouth off.
I get you.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
Well, I've dealt with them quite a bit on a party level.
Yeah.
And I remember the Libertarians back in 2020 were attacking me because I was not supporting their Libertarian candidate that lied that he was a Republican.
Mm.
And was running
who was
for
that?
running for insurance commissioner. I don't remember his name now.
Anthony Welty.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, he was he got real pissed off at me because I basically told him that we weren't going to support him because he wasn't a Republican.
No, you got to be
And-
honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we support Republicans.
Yeah.
So he got really ticked off and he started talking about how he was going to do mailers in my precinct to get me out and everything like that. And I just asked him where he was going to get his money, because I looked at the PDC and I said, I've got legislative districts that got 3 times the money that you have in your whole state party.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to shut him down that way. I said, do you want me to give you a loan so that you can attack me? Or,
So let me take what you just brought up and parlay that into one of the things that's been brought up for a while. How is the fundraising at the state level? How's the state doing?
The state could be doing much better.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of debate within the state committee.
Yeah.
Concerns over money and where it's going and how fast it's going out the door.
Yeah, Chris Gergen has brought up on the air a few times he's been on. He's like, and his feeling, he's made it very clear, right? He as much as he likes Jim Walsh, he's like, he can't fundraise, right? And he feels that that's his responsibility.
Can I give you this?
Yes,
insider?
please do, because I don't.
Chris Gergen does not like Jim Walsh. And Jim Walsh does not like Chris Gergen.
Yeah. So
I'm not trying to start a flame war.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. If you want to understand.
Yeah, but that's why we're asking.
They don't
right?
like each other.
People don't get to hear this kind of good inside talk, so they don't know. All they hear is somebody do an interview here and somebody do an interview here, and that's it. And
it goes back to 2020 when Gergen was managing
Culp.
Yeah, Lauren Culp. Gergen and Walsh got into some kind. I'm not even sure exactly the details of it.
Yeah,
but there's been animosity ever since that time. So.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense based on the things that we hear when we do the interviews. Yeah. Because I happen to like I listen to Jim Walsh. He goes on social media and posts a lot of stuff, and he does a good job of keeping me informed. So I can appreciate that. So,
Jim Walsh has his extreme strong points.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jim Walsh is one of the best Republican legislators that we have right now, as far as, like I said, getting information out. He's very good.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I have issues with his state party leadership, and I'll leave it at that because I do respect him enough. I'm not going to get into anything I want to say to him about my grievances with the state party. I'd rather say to him to his face.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as he's the state chairman, I got his back.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's
I mean, I have said some things to him in front of the state party that has gotten me backlash. But I'm honest.
Yeah.
And I say what's on my mind, but it's only because I have the best interests of the party. I want Jim Walsh to succeed.
Yeah.
You know, it's just right now, it's just a real challenging time. Fundraising is not good.
Right. Right. And let me ask you this then. Let's follow that up with, why do you believe that fundraising isn't good? Is it a cultural issue within the state?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of big money because of the taxation and stuff has left the state.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So there isn't as much when you have to get down to relying on just the grassroots.
Yeah.
Grassroots. God love us all. I'm one.
Yeah.
But we don't have the ability of writing $10,000 checks.
For sure.
Don't you think this would be a good time to like infuse some younger blood at the state party level? I mean, Caleb did a pretty decent job. He was young. He had energy. He was going on national news. Like everybody knew who he was.
I'll go back to what happened to Charlie Kirk. There are so many people that are young people.
Yeah.
That are getting involved.
Yeah.
There's a push right now to try to get a Turning Point high school chapter in every single high school.
Wow.
We got an issue right now at Rogers High School in Puyallup where there's a petition going around. And let's face it, it never comes from the kids. It comes from parents that screw with kids' minds and get them believing things that aren't real. But a petition to try to prevent a Turning Point chapter from being at Rogers High School. Rogers High School and the Puyallup School District are going to be hearing a lot from the Pierce County Republican Party on that issue.
Yeah.
There will be a Turning Point chapter in all 3 Puyallup School District high schools.
Wow.
I guarantee you that.
What are the 3? I mean, at Rogers, and then you got Puyallup.
You got Puyallup High, Rogers High, and Emerald Ridge High.
Emerald Ridge?
Emerald Ridge is Puyallup, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I think it is a absolutely beautiful goal to put a Turning Points chapter in
absolutely
high school. There's plenty of organizations that do it, right? That have organizations or some type of representation.
Well, put it this way: if it's so important to support transgenderism in high schools and boys playing in girls' sports because it's their expression, having a Turning Point chapter in a high school is
another form of expression.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Agreed. And how I went very public on my TikTok page, and I was like, hey, we should, write the Pope and have the Pope canonize Charlie Kirk, right? And I believe that because I mean, to me, I witnessed a miracle after the tragic events of his assassination, because it was just amazing how many people turned and began discussing faith or going to church. Or I mean, it was unbelievable. Never seen anything like that ever. And it was just to see that level coming from just the general population at large was absolutely incredible to see. I'm glad I was alive to see it. Because I think if anybody in our lifetimes could effectively play the role of a martyr, Charlie Kirk absolutely was, and it's yes, I know that it's painful and it's difficult for people to talk about, but it's just, he was a martyr for his faith, really, more than anything else. Have you noticed a change in attitude or things that people talk about after that occurred within politics? Like, are people now not, for example, I think a lot of people before Charlie Kirk were not comfortable talking about their faith very publicly. Right. And are you finding maybe that now they are more comfortable talking about it or anything like that?
Yeah. I know I'm in touch with a lot of the churches in Pierce County. So I could really only talk for Pierce County, but that first Sunday after it happened, attendance, my church was standing room only.
Wow.
People wanted to get closer to God, to try to figure out what was going on in our country. So there's definitely been an absolute change of attitude. People are done ignoring or cowering to the liberal agenda.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys probably saw that there was mass people scouring Facebook and social media, and anyone that was being disparaging to the assassination, they went after them.
Yeah.
People lost their jobs. Different, it's just, I don't like to see anybody lose their job. But I most particularly didn't like it when they lost their job because they wouldn't get the shot.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't have sympathy for these people. They may not have been the ones that prevented it, but they're promoting the agenda that did it. So
it is the cultural effects that Charlie himself had, and still even here we are now, what, a month and a half later, you still see people on social media when it comes to the conversation of Charlie Kirk and what had occurred. They're like, Charlie Kirk was a racist, right? Because he made comments about Martin Luther King. Comments that were true, by the way, right? And the stuff with MLK and his personal life, Charlie made the comment that, like, look, this guy may have been a pastor, right? But he didn't exactly live a godly life, and so that was really what he was talking about.
And that is factual.
It is factual, yeah. And he talked about how in 1967, the Civil Rights Act, about how it had its bad points because it gave the government too much. It put them too much in people's lives, right?
Yeah.
And so he was making those kinds of comments, and they've been taken not just out of context, but they've been perverted and warped.
His basic message was, be careful of what you wish for.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's liberty is a very precarious thing.
Absolutely. And I'm not, people see us looking other directions on camera and stuff. I'm sorry, folks, but Santa Claus has joined us in the studio, so we're going to give him a few minutes. We need him to take off the red suit and put the presents down, but he's a couple months early, but that's okay. So anyway, back to the Charlie Kirk stuff. Oh no, actually that was the last question that I had about Charlie Kirk. So my apologies. We're going to do a quick transition here because I do have a couple of questions for you about the state. Talk to me about some of the races that are going on that you are most interested and as well as concerned about.
Well, my bias is going to be Pierce County because that's where I'm the chairman. But the two top races are the two Senate races, special elections in the 5th and the 26th.
And who's running in the 5th?
Chad Magadaz.
Okay.
He used to be a representative in that area.
Oh.
He's a high school teacher.
Okay.
Great guy.
Why should people vote for him, Dave?
Why should people vote for him? People should vote for him because he represents what Republicans need to do to change what's going on in this state. I quite frankly used to be very particular about my candidates. There's some people out there that say I'd rather lose with a candidate that fits my values rather than compromise and let somebody win that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that we're losing ground with that kind of attitude.
We are.
I'm now of the sort that I'm going to look at the district, and if it needs to be a moderate, it's a moderate. If it's a conservative, I want a conservative. I'm a conservative. I'd always prefer the conservative. Rush Limbaugh used to say, and I totally believed it, and it fits in the rest of the country. He said, conservatism has proven effective every time it's been tried. And as a nation, that's true. But I don't think Rush Limbaugh spent much time in Washington State.
No doubt.
It's just a different animal.
Yeah.
So conservatism works really well in certain parts of the state. The East, the second, we got Matt Marshall, and we've got some great conservatives in Pierce County.
Yeah.
But up here in Kitsap, Brain Dead Island, and the 23rd, and there's some real crackpots that are on the Democrat side.
There is.
I mean, like
Tara Simmons.
Crazy. Tara Simmons.
Tara Simmons and Emily Randall definitely carry the water.
Yes.
For crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like in a normal world, neither one of them are even remotely qualified
to
be the dog catcher.
Yep.
And here they are in Congress and representing a legislative district.
Yeah, and playing games, by the way. If
Yeah.
you follow Emily Randall's social media posts that she puts, it's high school games.
Yeah.
That she just seems to be playing. And I mean, I comment on them all the time, right? And I get plenty of hate from them, but it's interesting because I find that there's a lot of people when she posts, when Emily Randall posts on social media, it's probably 3 to 1 the people that are going on there and saying the same stuff I am and just being like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because it ain't representing your constituents.
Right.
See, people didn't pay attention to that. Now they are.
Yeah.
And they're starting to see exactly what these people are saying and doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're rebelling against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest rebellion will hopefully be at the ballot box.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So keep talking. Just keep talking.
Right. She's doing great opposition research.
Yeah. and people are finally listening. And I think it's going to definitely help us. Getting back to Representative Caldier,
Mm-hmm.
she was at our gala last night,
Mm-hmm.
and she spoke of going to, I think it was Bremerton School District meeting, something like that. And she was doing a forum, and some person came up to the microphone and just asked her the question, do you think transgender women are women? Just very blunt, very straightforward. Michelle answered it perfectly. She says, every one of them are people and they absolutely deserve our respect and love. She goes, but there is a significant difference between a biological woman and a transgender woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I agree. Good answer.
She was expecting backlash.
Yeah.
She said she was shocked to see that virtually everyone in the audience agreed with her.
Wow, that's good
Bremerton.
Yeah.
So I believe it was Bremerton. I could be corrected, but it was one of the school district type things around here.
Bremerton is on their own program.
Yeah. So the location I could be wrong on, but what she said was I'm being very accurate.
Okay.
So things are changing. It just bottom line, things are changing. It just has to start happening at the ballot box.
Yeah. I was absolutely blown away when I read a recent study that clearly showed that my son's generation, right? You know, he's 24, right? His generation is like 3 to 2 coming in. They're becoming conservatives all on their own. They're rebelling.
And one of the biggest things that is causing that is all the kids who had to go through COVID.
Exactly.
And the way they were mistreated,
Mm-hmm.
the way their educations were affected.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The young generation, that's why Turning Point really exploded after COVID.
Yeah.
The young people that are, and the political parties have done a great job of destroying their own reputations. So Turning Point gave young people, which, let's face it, it's a conservative Republican organization.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, we need more young people. I think you said that.
Yeah.
We need more young people in the party. They are here. They just gravitated to Turning Point.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them to be there.
Absolutely. It's
because it's a phenomenal organization.
Yep.
Charlie's wife, Erica, has just been amazing through all her grief. She's trying and is succeeding, I believe, in elevating Turning Point.
Well, and God bless her for having this internal strength to go. She channeled her grief into helping his organization become what it clearly is now becoming.
She's an amazing young woman.
What Turning Point needs to do is, as they grow, because they're going to grow fast, they really, really need to hang on to the original image that Charlie set out with open communication and respect, and don't let it morph into one pole of this division.
Charlie ran Turning Point. He was the voice.
Yeah.
He was the one that was going to the colleges.
Right.
I worked tirelessly.
And
now there's a large catalog of people that have stepped up to help.
Yep.
Even
Megan
and
Kelly,
every single one of them do have their own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're going to do it differently than Charlie did. So
and they can't
hopefully
help that,
Erica can keep a thumb on that.
Yeah.
As long as
and correct people as they maybe
Yeah, as long as it stays
misspeak
grounded
or
in that.
take it in a little different direction.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Keep it.
Yeah, I mean, it has to stay grounded in that respect Charlie had for open communication, because someone who, I liked watching Charlie engage with people.
Absolutely.
Simply because he was just about clear, concise, honest communication, which is really easy to screw with when you chop out chunks of what someone says.
He didn't fight with people that when he went to the colleges and stuff.
No.
He didn't fight with them.
No.
He would talk to them. And the best part always was when he just shut up and let them talk, because after they finished talking, it'd go back to Charlie and he just had a smile. Thank you for proving my point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd let them prove his point.
Yeah.
There's a great video that's circulating. In fact, I just saw it again for like the 50th time today, where a gentleman and people play this video because they're trying to exercise, Republicans are anti-gay and they're racist and all this stuff. And there was a guy that stepped up to the microphone and he was talking about how America was made for white people, right? And where the dude got this stuff, who knows, right? But he's out there and he's playing this game with Charlie, and Charlie makes a point. He's like, "You want to tell me where that's at in the Constitution?" And Charlie goes out of his way to basically say, shut the hell up. Nothing you're saying is true. We love all people, and I want everybody to be here, and I want everybody to have a voice, and it's not about racism. It's not about sexism or anything else. And it's a very powerful short piece, only like, a minute and a half long. And all of these people are trying to make this point that Charlie was a racist or Charlie was sexist or whatever it was, right?
That's
misogynistic.
And you just challenge them to go out and find something to support their position, and they can't. They can never find anything.
That's only one pole of this division we're in, right? And they're trying to lump him into the other pole, and they really can't.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I liked about Charlie is he talked to anyone.
I know, it was amazing.
So it was. Yeah, he was a good communicator. He was a good activist, even if you didn't appreciate or agree with his message. So.
That's right. That's right. Well said, Tom. Well said. Okay. So listen, I know that I don't even see what time it is. Hold on.
7:57.
5 to 8.
Okay. I knew it was close. I knew we were close to 8 o'clock, and I don't know where Dennis is at here to run our 8 o'clock break. So we may just have to talk right through it.
I'm going to run to the bathroom.
So you should walk. If you run, you may leak. It's just best to maintain your dignity.
Do you think I'm like 65 years old? Like, where is this coming from?
That's not my issue if you got incontinence issues.
The only time I pee my pants is when the Mariners hit a ground slam, okay?
Well, they ain't hitting one now because
I know.
So you're okay. Like I said, I'm just suggesting you walk slowly, one foot in front of the other.
Thank you, Paul, for that. Yeah,
coaching.
Thank you.
People are so sensitive.
Done good so far.
You make
F-bombs so far.
One little comment, you get your hair ripped out of your head.
That's
short, by the way.
That's the jersey Heather's wearing today. Her F-bomb jersey.
I like
there we go. Her F-bomb jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. So I promised everybody that's listening we will be going to break. And
here comes the master of audio now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to break for a minute, and then when we come back, sitting next to Dave, will be the jolly old fat man in his white beard and hair, and we will have some fun because we're gonna get into some more of the I guess some of the real dirt.
Dirty
here, yeah, some of the real dirt here in Pierce and Kitsap County. So I'm gonna pick your guys' brains. So be ready, Dave. You tell me when you're ready to go to break, Dennis? Okay. Well, Dennis needs a moment. That's okay. Dennis is allowed. He's allowed moments here and there. So, and it sucks now because the Mariners have lost, which means we're going to have to sit tomorrow night and be having that
game 7
on
one device and the Seahawks on another device.
I mean, WTF, man.
We're going to be testing the bandwidth of our internet.
Yeah, that is proof God has a sense of humor. That's what that is, right?
Okay.
God's going to be like, you wanted to watch the game.
Well, now you get 2 games to watch.
Yeah, you can't pay
attention.
Truth be
told, I'm a Dodgers fan. I like to ruin baseball.
Oh, they're good. I'm not sure that the Dodgers can be beat this year.
No, the Dodgers have gotten in a groove at the right time.
Yeah.
They kind of struggled this year.
Did they?
They weren't as dominant as they were last year.
Well, they're dominant in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They spent more money than anyone else in MLB.
Yeah. Hey, listen, folks, do not go anywhere. It's the Outlaw Radio Network. We will be back as soon as Dennis cuts my voice off. Pay attention. Like I said, Santa Claus is going to come on, and we're going to have some good conversations.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance. Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion is perfection, unconventionally traditional. On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf of
sometimes I have to mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplained this.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
The older people, I know you're getting a little edgy right now, but you better get into me because I don't want to bum you out, but I'm the future of America.
This is the Outlaw Radio Network.
Good evening, my fellow citizens.
It's kind of stony, huh?
It's a real thing. A radio signal from another world.
The United States government presents
the Outlaw Radio Network. Outlaw Radio Network.
To provide guidance to mankind. To provide guidance to mankind.
Hey guys, it's the Alicia show tonight. The guys haven't joined us after this break after they complained about my small bladder 50 gazillion times. So I'm taking over. What would you guys like to talk about tonight? Well, Alicia, why don't we talk about your upcoming birthday? Because I know. All right, guys, get over here. You're fired. You're fired.
I'm looking after our guests.
Are you? Okay. Here you go.
Anyways, I was talking about my birthday's coming up.
Your birthday's coming up.
It is the 30th.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
So
I'm
like
Scorpio.
the day before. Oh,
the day before Halloween.
Look out!
Yes.
Look out!
Yep. And you wonder why I am the way I am.
Not anymore. Nope. Well defined now.
Well, that's good. Good.
Well,
I
as
figured that out.
a Pisces, you start talking to me about how you're a Scorpio, changes everything.
Oh, yeah. Scorpios, they're dangerous.
Amen. There's, Scorpio is short for scorpion.
Yeah, I'll
which
sting
has
your
a
ass.
stinger on its tail.
Why do you think I talk back so much?
I don't have words.
Okay.
I don't have words. Like I said, it just tells me things, but that's okay.
All right, good.
So are we live? Are we back on live? Dennis?
We are.
Okay.
I was having the Alicia show for a little bit.
No kidding.
Yeah, did you not hear that whole segment?
I did not. No.
Yeah.
I
got to come up with a name for it.
For your for your Alicia.
For my
segment?
Alicia segment, like maybe. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna refrain from saying that. Did you see it come across my face though? And then it was like, no, Alicia, you can't say that.
Well, there's certain things. Yeah.
Yeah, it was there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stuff it deep down inside of me, and that's where it'll stay.
I nothing. Nope. Not saying nothing. We're good.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Okay.
Maybe whoever comes up with the best name like wins a prize. I don't know.
Right. Well, we thank you all for joining us on Outlaw Radio Network tonight. And like I said, so we've had Dave McMullen, chairman of the Pierce County GOP, here with us, and now he's joined by Mr. Robert Parker, who is sitting next to him. Both of them joining us on
one
Robert's Money Shot casting couch. And
I was just gonna say that I'm sitting on a casting couch with Robert Parker.
Amen, Dave.
I can't hear him.
I don't think his mic is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call this the casting couch.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah. Well,
Hold on.
it started
Yeah.
about I don't know, 6 months ago or so, maybe.
I don't know.
Kevin thought it was cute.
I thought it was stupid.
Yeah. Well, because it was.
I wasn't
my
here
wife
yet.
would object.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And Dave's not as cute as her, so.
but at least you're sitting next to a dude you know.
That's right.
Right.
That's
So listen, we hear it all the time, right? You guys are military, veteran types, and you got to make your buddy smile, right? You got to make your buddy smile. Totally kidding. Relax. It's okay. I think if Robert had a loaded 45 right now, I'd have a hole in my head, but that's okay. We are good. We are good. So, gentlemen, thank you for joining us again, and we're going to get a little bit more into some of the real shit stains that are what we're dealing with here in Washington State. Now that we've got you both sitting here, because I want to be able to pick your guys' brains, because contrary to popular belief, all is not well in Camelot, right? So we have some issues in this state. We have some issues in Kitsap and in Pierce County. We have some people that are the causes of those issues.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah. So let's talk. I'd like, you know what? I'm going to go this route. Could each one of you tell me who you believe is bringing about the worst in politics in between Kitsap and Pierce County? Like for me, I think I know who it is for me, but I'm curious what your guys' thought is.
Well, before you pin that tail on a donkey, I would say, what's the biggest issue?
Well, it's different for different people, right?
Right.
Like
So, I mean,
for me, it's Tara Simmons in Kitsap County, because she's gone out of her way to make it easier for criminals and to operate and to do what they do. But I want to know what Robert and Dave's thoughts are, because maybe I'm way off. Maybe I'm missing something. So guys, Dave, you want to start?
Well, we don't have anyone near as bad as Tara Simmons. I mean, she's a regional disaster.
Okay. Well, we can say
statewide disaster.
Yeah.
No,
sorry. Robert is not about to sell you a Bible.
No, not today and tomorrow either.
That's right. That's right. Well, somebody made the comment. Robert looks like he's getting ready to sell me a Bible. Okay. He looks comfortable on that couch, though, doesn't he?
I like the couch.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So is Tara Simmons, is she kind of it for you too, Dave?
Oh yeah. I mean, I am just absolutely appalled by that woman and everything she does. She's incredibly disrespectful. I went down to Olympia, sat up in the rafters up there and watched things going on. And I watched her on the floor of the legislature with her dog.
Oh my gosh.
And walking the dog around.
Kevin was there with her?
Interfering with what other people are doing. Like she just owned the place. I found her to be nauseatingly disrespectful, and I'd say that to her face.
She displayed that behavior during an interview one night with us, as she professed how she's thankful that she's in the district she's in, because she doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. You talk about feeling like it's your position.
Wow.
Holy cow. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And having a former convict on the public safety committee that hates cops.
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of position is that?
Yeah.
That's the Democrats' position.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
They're
The cop hater
irresponsible.
and the felon and she can claim all she wants when Drew Hansen got her felony erased because he created the law to erase it.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother.
Well, that's when she
mess.
decided to
But now she
block
thinks
us all,
she's-
including Kevin.
Yeah, now she thinks she's above everybody else because she no longer has the felony hung around her neck, because Drew helped her out with that. But she still does the same behavior.
Yes.
And
We concur.
She is a toxic problem.
Yep. And
But
so
a well-funded toxic problem.
Mm.
in listening to people that have been, former incarcerated people that have worked with her former nonprofit. The one point that I kept hearing a lot of them make was that they knew she had changed when she apparently, and you guys will have to tell me, all of you will have to tell me if I misunderstand this. But if, from what I understood, he was making the point, like, look, when you're a former addict, when you're a formerly incarcerated person, like, you can never stop telling yourself, like, these things are going to be a challenge. When you're formerly addicted to heroin or cocaine or whatever, like, you can't pretend you weren't. You're always going to be an addict, and you're always going to be fighting those things, is the point they make. And that she got to the point where she stopped referring to herself in those ways, right? And she, it was like she'd never done anything wrong. And that was when they began to notice the changes a couple of years ago. And then her behavior seemed to suggest that there were more addictions and behavioral issues that had come right, like it had all come back out, like she'd fallen off the wagon.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys?
She's an interesting case, and I've been working on her for about 18 months. I can't talk about yet.
Yep, that's what I was going to say to you was, I know you've been working on some things, and I'm not going to ask you to dish on those yet.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned with her behavior.
Yeah. Do you guys get the impression that she's a bit of a transformer, right? There's more than meets the eye.
I think there's worse than meets the eye.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'll even go on the record and make that allegation.
When I spoke to the folks at the Linwood Times, and I spoke to Brandy Cruz, because when the issue came up about oh my gosh, I can't remember the gentleman's name. That was Percy Levin.
Oh yeah,
right. The guy, the gentleman that was
the car sales guy.
Yeah, he was given testimony in Olympia on the bills that she proposed, and then later that very day got busted by I think it was Westnet.
Yep, I remember that.
Right, and he was dealing fentanyl because and listen, this is
fentanyl and meth.
This is a big deal. It was fentanyl, yeah, because so she came from that world, right? And so my position was, if you come from that world, you recognize the red flags. This dude, Percy Levin, went to prison for 17 years, got out of prison, and opened a used car dealership. Because what?
Where'd that cash come from?
Exactly. What was he doing? Saving up money for printing license plates? Like I doubt it.
He's got his own OnlyFans.
Yeah, right. So anyway, long story short, I would have expected that she would have recognized those red flags in him because she was a part of that world, right? And she had a golden opportunity to show the people of Washington State, you can reform your life. You can go down a bad road as a young person, reform your life, and come back and do great things. She had that opportunity. And I think for the most part, most people were willing to say, okay, show us how you're doing, right? But it sure didn't take long for her to just ruin that opportunity, right? Is that a fair assessment?
I'd say that's fair.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we were mailed the same packet here at Outlaw Radio that many other people were.
Oh yeah, I saw that packet.
Right.
And I promptly discounted it, said she turned over a leaf, and I'm not going to use that.
Yeah. And we gave her the opportunity to actually come on air and discuss it openly before we were like, we're not going to bust you out. But at the time, I think it was, wasn't it Ferguson that she was running against?
Yes.
And Ferguson, had an absolute conniption fit because she was upset with us that we were going to bring her on air to talk about it because she didn't want people to think she was the one that did it. And I don't know who put the packet out on her. I don't. I have my.
I know who put the packet
I think it was the gal that was running from the city of Bremerton personally.
Yeah, I have a security camera over my doorstep, and when it was dropped on my doorstep, I know exactly who dropped it there.
Did you see the face?
Oh yeah.
Was it the person from the Bremerton City? It was on the Bremerton City Council or their husband?
No.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay. Screws up my thought process.
But I did clip that video if I ever need it in the future.
That's good.
If anybody makes any
because
claim.
You're a backstabbing son of a bitch, man. When it comes down to it, man, nobody should ever mess with Robert Parker.
No, I do not backstab. Put it right.
I swear to all that is holy. If Santa Claus pisses him off, he'll have dirt on Santa Claus. So
oh my God.
There we
Put it in
go.
the chest, though, not the back.
Okay, so tell us Robert, who's your #1 public enemy? That was a better way for me to put it. Who's your public enemy?
It's a moving target. And I have numerous ones right now.
Well, you were in the Navy. It's not like you're a good shot. So just help us out here.
Dude, I was a Seabee. That's only kind of Navy.
Kind of Navy.
We're kind of like Army, but with skills.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. No, listen, the Seabees have a ton of skills and I got mad respect for that, dude. That's awesome. My grandfather always told the joke that he had friends that were in the Seabees, right? And then he knew a couple of young ladies early back during World War II, and they got stung by Seabees, and 9 months later the swelling was incredible. But the point, that's a joke. You can laugh at that, so that you didn't find that funny.
Hey, what happens
not even a little
overseas
bit.
stays
Sorry,
overseas, buddy.
something's funny. I'll definitely laugh
For sure. We're gonna have to put a little like applause button here, like light, and like a little thing that says it's okay to laugh now. Okay, I'm gonna move on before I get killed. Okay.
So Tara's been on my burner for a while.
Yeah, she
but
is
not my current focus.
Well, when she was, let me ask you this. You brought this up many times in discussions with Tara during interviews with her.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that the question ever got asked by Kevin. I know I didn't ask it. But you asked many times if the victims of her crimes were ever made whole.
The answer to that's no.
Okay.
And that's why she won't answer it.
Okay. So and I apologize because I know that when I saw that question come up, it always stuck in my head, but it didn't register. Okay.
No, it's all good.
But I think now as time has gone on, I'm like, oh shit, that's what Robert meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why she runs from that question.
Yeah. And it's
because she can't explain it. There were people she damaged that were never made whole. And her programs that she supports all these convicts on now. That's the problem I have with her programs. Why do we get the legal financial orders to evaporate for these criminals so we don't get any of the money back? Why does the support systems for the convicts come from the victims fund nowadays? That ain't cool.
No, it's not.
That means the people that damaged people are getting the money that is supposed to be going to the victims.
Yeah.
Not cool at all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Tara's doing. And I'll hold that against her right to her last breath.
Yeah. Well, I think the timing's going to be right. She's up for re-election next year, right?
And I'm going to help.
Yeah.
Don't know if we'll get her, but I'm going to help.
Well, I think it's an education issue. And Dave, you'll have to tell me in Pierce County if this is the same way. Like, how difficult is it to educate voters on an issue with regards to an incumbent? Because an incumbent has a predisposed massive advantage in getting reelected, correct? I don't know what the percentages are, but it's big.
Oh yeah, being the incumbent is huge. You have an advantage unless you do something so egregious that everybody knows about it and is appalled about it. The incumbency, especially in this state, is huge.
Yeah. And
Pierce County, we have a terrible problem with being able to expose the Democrats because the media is all controlled by the Democrats.
Absolutely.
Tacoma News Tribune is simply a Democrat Party propaganda piece. I won't even interview with them because they don't, anything you say, they'll just twist it and turn it. And if a Republican makes a comment, they'll find a Democrat to retort it. And then, so they email me all the time. Well, I'd like to get your opinion on this and that. I'm like, no, thank you.
No, it's not a bad thing. Listen, we've discussed
that's why I'm real heavy
years
on my social media and stuff. Pierce County Republican Party has 14,000 followers on our Facebook page. So
that's a good
put our message out through that.
Absolutely. And
that's how we brought the Washington State Fair down when
they made the decisions on the Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead and explain that, because I don't think we talked about that last time you were on.
Oh,
with the Puyallup Fair. Yeah, what happened with that?
What happened was we were told for the fair that was in September that we were not going to be allowed to have petitions at our booth, and we couldn't sell merchandise. Selling the merchandise is a key way that we were able to pay the $15,000 that it costs to be at the fair.
Holy moly!
They charge $15,000 for a
$5,000
nonprofit
for 10 by 10.
Okay.
And we have always gone, go big or go home. So we've always had a 30 by 10 display, which is, we get all kinds of accolades and people that just love the booth. Matter of fact, we're redesigning it next year. It's going to be a total 1776.
Oh, that's rad. I love that.
I don't mind saying it's going to be badass with what we've been starting to work on. But anyway, they just made that. I use profanity.
I know. That's what I just said.
They told me I could. So.
Do you take volunteers to come work at your booth? Like, if I said, hey, man,
we
I'd
have
love
over
to come
200
work.
volunteers.
Nice.
I mean, so it's not just the 15,000. We spent about $2,000 on tickets because they only give you so many vendor tickets.
Right.
So a great way to get them to come is just come in, do your 2 hours, and then you're in the fair. Go have fun. So it's
nice.
a real good arrangement. But they decided that we couldn't do petitions and we couldn't sell merchandise. So I basically said, well, we're not going to bother coming to the fair.
Yeah.
You've basically taken away the essence of really what our booth is all about.
Exactly.
Then they changed gears and said that, well, we have this freedom of speech area that you can have your petitions there. It's an outdoor area and our petitions are paper.
Yeah.
And September tends to be.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely ridiculous that we'd be in the Showplex. If you're familiar with the Washington State Fair, we have a booth in the Showplex. So if somebody comes up to it and they say, oh, you can talk about your initiatives, but they have to be in the freedom of speech area. So someone's going to come to our booth in the Showplex. We're going to tell them all about it. And they're going to say, I want to sign it. Okay, now I need you to go all the way through past Sillyville and where the pig barn is. And then over by the Green Gate, which is basically the whole way to the other side of the fair.
Yeah.
There's people there that you can sign the initiative.
Yeah.
So not only is that absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
So absurd.
I had to get additional volunteers because now I got to have volunteers in my booth and volunteers at the other.
Yeah.
So, we were pretty much just deciding, well, to heck with it. We're not going to do the booth. But then they started denying other organizations. Like there was a pro-life group that they sent them a letter saying that, and this was based on an appeal of them rejecting them to be in the fair, that they may have certain values, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they match up with the fair's values. That one set me off. So I put that on the Pierce County website and said, you might want to reconsider. No, I think I was blunt about it. I said, boycott the fair if they're going to do this kind of crap.
Right.
Well, quite frankly, when I posted it, it was Dave ranting, Dave done ranting. Now I'm going to pout.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning and there was 50,000 likes and views, and everybody was getting it. Just turned into a monster of support. To all of business, calling the fair saying you need to work this out with the Pierce County Party.
But think of that traction you got.
Seriously.
Just because of your social media following.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's one thing I did learn about. If you
in our party in the state,
right?
Yeah, he is.
So anyway, it went on for about a week, and finally the CEO emailed me and said, "Can we talk?" And I have to point out that there was all this threat that we were going to sue. I never once talked to an attorney about it.
Yeah.
I just used the power of shaming them through social media. A few people in our party got a little rambunctious and started talking about getting Harmeet Dillon involved and this and that. The closest I came to an attorney is I did get a phone call from the Republican National Committee legal department saying that they had a similar thing going on in New Mexico State Party.
Oh, wow.
And if I needed backup, that they would help me.
Nice.
Well, that's nice. At least they stepped up, man.
Our national committee woman, Marlene Pfeiffer, contacted them just, to help me out. But that's close I came to even talking. I wasn't even talking to attorneys. I was talking to their, people that, run the department.
Right.
But anyway, I went in there and it was just me. I brought my vice chair. Just the two of us. We went into the Washington State Fair boardroom. There's like 30 some people there. The CEO, and she's really great. She's actually in Rotary with my wife. I mean, Puyallup's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I walk in there and I basically know at least half of the people that are on the board. I coach their kids in water polo.
Wow, that's funny.
So anyway, they're all there and they got their attorneys, and I just sat down and they're almost looking at me like, "Where's my attorney?" This, that, and the other thing. And I told them flat out, I don't have an attorney.
Yeah.
I just said, I'm either going to leave with what I want or I'm going to shake your hand and say, we're not coming to the fair.
Right.
Yeah, because some people thought that they weren't allowing us in the fair. We were allowed to come to the fair. We just couldn't do those things.
Right, which was your bread and butter.
Yeah. It was, absolutely unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said that we weren't going to, I don't have attorneys and I had no intention of it. You see their attorneys like going, it was just like that was an icebreaker. And we just started talking away. I shared with them everything that from my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked to find out that the board members and the CEO didn't even know that some of this stuff was said and done.
Oh my gosh.
It was people below them that were making these rules.
Sure.
Oh,
they were allowing
just arbitrarily making their own rules.
Everything. And I walked out of there with everything.
Yeah.
And, they offered me a discount.
Good.
And I didn't take the discount.
Okay.
I said, we pay our way. I said, the only thing that I need is because we're like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I can build the booth in like 3 hours by myself. It's a lot of work, but, so that wasn't an issue, but we had to get
volunteers.
Yeah. I think Ari Hoffman and KVI was fantastic. They actually told the fair board, you fix this with Pierce County or they're going to pull their sponsorship of their Monday veterans.
Wow.
Thing. Ari Hoffman was just phenomenal. And of course,
yeah, he's a good guy.
And Brandy Cruz. I mean, everybody, John Curley everyone did reports on it and interviews. I walked out with everything. The only thing I asked him for was grace on paying the bill. I mean, you have to have it all paid like 2 weeks before.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, take your time as long as it takes. So I went on that same social media and said, we won. Now we need to pay for the booth.
Yeah.
I usually get sponsor different stuff. We fundraised and got the entire 15,000 plus some.
Wow.
So all the t-shirts that we sold and everything actually turned into profits.
Seems to me like maybe you should be fundraising for the state party. I don't know. What do you think, Paul?
Are you trying to say something? With all due respect to
anyway, once we got past that point and it was me talking to them, it was amazing how it just came together really quickly. And I have nothing bad to say about the Washington State Fair. Matter of fact, I've gone on social media and given plenty of accolades for the way once they understood, they were totally on board. We had a phenomenal fair, and I'm glad we were there because Charlie Kirk got assassinated, and the amount of people that came up to our booth looking for solace and just wanted to vent in a positive way about everything. So it was meant to be, and it worked out great. And the fair was great. People complain about the cost of everything, but I also know as a business owner that everything is going up thanks to Democrat policy.
Oh my gosh, that's the first time I've clearly heard you. Maybe you should speak into the mic more. That was so good in my ears.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You like my voice in your ear?
Yes, that was very great. Thank you. It was very cozy.
It was
very
cozy, wasn't it?
Yeah, cozy. Yeah.
Well, alrighty then. Thanks for setting us on that note.
You got to know the story.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I know I'm getting sweaty up here.
Clearly I don't. So it's okay. It's all good. We're all adults here.
Oh my God.
Speak for yourself.
That's God.
Anyway. All right. So, back to the initial question that I had asked, right? We were talking about, who's your, public enemy number one. So I think we've now Tara Simmons, definitely. And how do you guys feel about, again, I can't believe I always forget her name every time. Our Congresswoman.
Oh, you mean Randall?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yep. Emily Randall. Is there anything that we can do? Like, I get the impression that she is super, super vulnerable based on the things that she has done to date. Do you think that when she comes up for re-election, Republicans can make a concerted effort to remove her?
I think she's extremely vulnerable. One of the big problems is that different circumstances have prevented us from, like, I do believe Jesse Young should have wiped her out in 2022 when he ran against her for the state Senate.
Yeah.
but right in the middle of momentum being built, and because I was real involved in that campaign.
Yeah.
The Dobbs decision happened.
Yeah, that was
And
a real kick in the
it
ass.
destroyed everything.
It destroyed
I
things
don't.
statewide.
That's a grand slam change.
I'm extremely happy that it happened, because I've always looked at the Roe versus Wade and all that stuff as it was a violation of the 10th Amendment of the Constitution.
Yeah.
And when Dobbs finally came out, that's exactly what the Supreme Court said. They didn't say it was pro-abortion or it was pro-choice. What they said is that it's up to the states to decide, because our Constitution is very clear that anything, and I do mean anything, that's not addressed in the Constitution belongs to the states.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
It was such a momentum shift, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
because there was outrage, because this country does lean towards pro-choice, and that's a very unfortunate.
Oh, I feel
thing.
you. I'm a pro-life guy, and I'm like, life
there.
begins at conception, and I'm very open and honest about that. Listen. All right, here's a secret, guys. Check this out, right? So I owned a strip club for years, and I've never had so many women hate my guts as when I come out and talk about how I'm like pro-life. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, you have no right to discuss this.
Oh,
You told them the string story.
Well, you're not
You remember
supposed
the
to.
string story?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. Story for another.
That's for another time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Remind him of the string story.
Yeah.
I will put that at the top of my list. It sounds like something I need to know.
Oh, she already has cans on. I was going to cover her ears. All right. Anyway, so you guys get the impression that Randall is vulnerable. Do you have any? And you don't have to give us any names, but do you have any thoughts about who might be able to step in and effectively run?
A couple.
Yeah, you do have some ideas about
couple.
who? Yeah.
Yep.
Dave's looking at you like, who the hell are you talking about?
And actually, we've talked about two of them.
We can do this right here on air. I don't mind. No, it's cool. Let's
we're
talk
not
about
doing
it.
that. We're not doing that.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
kinda
can't
unfair
tell
to
me
talk
no.
about
We're trying to
potential
get
You can't talk about
Scoop.
a potential candidate. That
Yeah,
hasn't
you can't
announced
do
yet.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I can do it all day long.
Oh, I bet you can.
We won't do that though.
It's okay.
They have to cooperate.
But we were on targets.
Yeah. So you guys do, but you guys do have an idea. You have some people in the back of your minds that you think.
There's a couple of names that are kind of float.
I dig that. That's wonderful. And I want people to know this because it shows.
Hey, Alicia, you want to run?
Absolutely not. Thank you.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, it shows how far in advance these guys are thinking, right? Like their mindset is already, okay, who can we put up against this individual in what is it now? She's 3 years out? 3 years out?
26.
Yeah.
No, 28.
28.
28.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now how long, if somebody's interested in running, Dave, if I come to you and say, I live in Pierce County, I want to run for Congress. Do you think, because I've always been in the impression if you're going to do a congressional run, you need to start 2 years out.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Right.
If not more.
Okay. Yeah. If not before. Right. Okay. So you're getting into the time frame over the next 6 to 8 months where those conversations actually take place. Right.
And we are having those.
You already are. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, and people will come in and go out over that time frame.
Yeah.
So the couple that you're talking about now may change their mind completely, and their life may change and that kind of good stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
It's all a fuzzy moving target right now.
Yeah, well, and understandable. I find the process itself, I don't think people realize how much work people like yourselves put in outside of the public view, right? How long do you spend on a weekly basis on the phone, literally talking strategy to people, Dave?
Be honest.
A lot. I couldn't even measure it. I'm on the phone sometimes at 9, 10 o'clock at night. While we were talking here, somebody called me, and I know what they wanted to talk about is, the coming into the end of this particular one of our races. No, there's a lot. It's a lot of time that's spent, a lot of meetings, a lot of money.
Yeah,
I spent the last week before we hit our deadline, just collecting checks. all over the place. I was driving over the bridge. I was driving, to Tacoma, in and around, and getting it.
It's not like you get paid for this.
No, it's a complete volunteer job.
He's the hardest working guy for the party that I know.
Yeah.
Bar none in the entire state.
So have you?
I put in probably 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. And I don't touch what he puts in. Don't let him downplay what he actually puts in.
Well, he's so smart about everything, and he knows all.
Him and I are usually talking at 2, 3 in the morning.
I mean, we do talk at some odd hours.
Yeah, there's some stuff that would come up, and I'll say, "Oh, I'm going to try." And I send a Facebook message to Parker, and
now you guys can talk about the casting couch.
He responds.
You up?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm leaving that alone. Alicia, you can handle that one all you want.
I kind of miss Kevin right now. At least he would have played on that a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I thought about it. Yeah.
Just make it cozy.
I thought about it, but I just think that it's important for people that are listening, because I think people have this idea that person A just wakes up one Monday morning and goes, I want to make a difference and I'm going to run for office, right?
And you wouldn't believe how many people exactly do that.
Yeah. And then what do they do? They pick up the phone and they call you, Dave, and say, I live in Pierce County. I want to run for office.
Happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
People that I've never heard of, whatever, and some of them are just kind of interesting. They will have an email or make a phone call, and without telling me anything about them, they want to know what the party's going to do to help them.
Of course.
How much is the party going to give me?
Yeah.
This is 3 minutes after
I've been waiting for your call. I got $50,000 here. I just been dying to give to a candidate,
Yeah. Well, and so what is it about the process that people need to understand?
Well, A, you got to get started early. Mm-hmm. B, you need to do your homework before you even decide. There's so many people that just have an emotion or an anger,
right?
Or they've been watching for a while and they just decide, I want to get involved. But then when you start asking them actual issues, what have you done to prepare? Do you even know what campaign? Who's going to be your best fundraisers? And they just give you a blank stare like deer in headlights. It's like, well, doesn't the party take care of that? No. You have to start your own campaign. You have to get your own fundraising. You need to hire your own staff. What happens?
You got to have a sign guy.
Once you do that, then come to us and we can tell you where we can help you based on what you've done.
I got you. Well, that's really good information.
That really is. Yeah.
For me,
Robert,
it kind of works a little different.
Okay.
You get these people that call you and say, I've got this great candidate that wants to run.
Oh, great. Here we go.
And I said, I don't have time for this crap. I really don't have time for this. I'm busy. Don't bother me with that. And, then you meet at a Mexican restaurant and you spend about 4 hours talking to this candidate and they just go shabam, coming right out of the blocks. And you go, oh crap, I got to take on another candidate and I have no time for this, but they're kind of amazing. And you can't let them go.
Did you just literally point at yourself?
He is talking about
I'm telling you the story.
Yeah. That's when she was recruited to run for office in 2020,
when she walked into the Mexican joint.
No, that wasn't when I was recruited. That was when I got introduced.
This is a radio show. Let them tell the story, then you can interrupt them.
She walks in the Mexican joint, Puerto Vallarta.
Of course, that's my favorite. I know.
Right? There's better.
She has a booth with her name scribbled on it with a knife.
She is dressed very professionally. Her hair is perfect. Her makeup is perfect. She has a very professional gait coming in. And I went, wow, that's a candidate. Then she sat down. Oh, no, I actually got up and she came over and she shook my hand. She says, hi, I'm Alicia Beeler. And I said, please have a seat. She says, thank you for meeting with me. And 4 hours later, I was like, oh my God, how are we going to get her elected?
Well,
and that's how I ended up meeting her. I went to a Kitsap.
We went to
the airport.
Yes.
Robert Parker is pulling you by the arm saying, Dave, I want you to meet the next representative in the 26th.
People that I've done that with, and the one sitting next to you is the only one that went shebang.
Isn't that a Laverne and Shirley song?
Anything to do with that?
I don't know. I wasn't alive back then.
Shaboom, shaboom,
shebang.
La 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 la.
But it wasn't. It had nothing to do with sexy. Well, maybe she is sexy.
Oh
but,
God! Stop.
But that's not why we vote for people.
She
impressed you with her words.
Yes.
She impressed me because she walked in very professionally.
Gotcha.
appropriately dressed. She spoke well. She was polite.
She was an articulate black man.
Her eyes,
she carried a pistol on her.
Yeah, her eyes hit you right. Nuh-uh. She was wearing a dress, and it was down on her thigh.
You wore a dress?
I did not on my thigh. No way.
Where was that? Because I know you were carrying that day. Because you told me you were carrying.
Oh, well, that is my secret to know. I don't want to give that out to our listeners.
Yeah, okay, we'll pass on by that. But she was a very professional candidate coming right out of the blocks.
Mm-hmm. So you felt comfortable supporting her candidate
because it's all a risk.
Yes, every time.
Put their name next to your name.
Yep.
Every time Dave says, "Here's somebody I'm going to support," his name's going with them, and it's important.
Listen, politics is not
a ton of time with them,
and it's not that different from baseball, right? In that, I mean, you're going to fail more often than you
I get to know her kids. She gets to know my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know, we get and. When she can't find me and she's really got to get me, she knows she can call my wife. My wife will kick me in the tail.
Because your wife always knows where you're at.
Yeah,
you know, the big issue, particularly in Pierce County, is during the years that we're having statewide elections, governor and all that, I have no less than 38 candidates all wanting my support during the race. During the primary, it's darn near 100.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just you got multiple people running into. We have 7 legislative districts.
Are you able to give much attention to candidates during the primary, or do you really kind of focus your attention after the primary?
There are candidates that it's obvious they're the one. I mean, it's incredibly obvious, and you do try to get them once they get endorsed. Then you try to give them all the support you can to get them over the hump and do whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's some races, there's like 4 or 5 people running. Don't know exactly how it's going to pan out.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of back off. You can't, you're not going to endorse any of them. So you can't give them money or do a fundraiser or do anything like that. And, you know, I don't like the way our state does things. By the time it's decided in August, you've only got a short, less than 3-month thing to get that general election going. I would really prefer that filing week be like in March, primary in May or June.
Yeah.
And then so that can be decided. And then you've got a few months to more time to start prepping a general candidate.
Yeah. It makes what you're saying makes sense. In fact, there's some movements that are gaining steam. For example, one is making the first Tuesday in November a national holiday, right? That way people have you're not working. It's a national holiday. So if most people aren't working, you can make it to go vote, right? But of course, in this state, that shit wouldn't work because
we can just mail
we
it in.
provide maximum opportunity for people to steal a fucking election in this state by doing everything mail in. I'm curious. You know, we've been doing this, Kevin and I have been doing this for 26 years. And we joke behind the scenes, the two of us, that we have like a 95% success rate in picking, like, this person either has it or they don't. Like they can do well or they right, just based on their interview, right? Like how well the interview goes, because how well the interview goes when they're sitting in the station with us or in this environment and we're doing the interview, you can really get a sense of how prepared that person is for answering certain questions and being in public and speaking in public, right? This last year we got 100% right, you know, and it's funny, but it's not, because I'm a conservative, right? And I'm like, oh God, we're gonna lose again, you know, and it just sucks. It's a horrible feeling. It's almost like somebody, like, you guys need to get together and create like a college level course on preparing a candidate to run for office. We had a couple of folks coming out of
the candidates also have to want.
Oh yes, absolutely. We had what, 2 or 3 people this last year out of the 35th. None of them. No, there was just bad juju all the way around. Good people, but just we're not ready.
Well, the 35th we had Travis and we had Dan and we had
I'm sorry, 23rd.
23rd.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because the 35th is solid. We're good there.
Oh yeah.
But it was just like, oh my gosh, they're so not prepared. Couldn't even answer half the questions that they got asked, you know. But that went for the Democratic candidates as well, and they lost too, you know. And so it's not really predictable, right? But like I said, it's like baseball.
It's super blue up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the 23rd, we joke all the time. It's like anybody that says I'm a Republican and runs is going to get between 33 and 36, maybe 37%.
To win one of those races, you're going to need 3 times what the Democrats put up.
Is it money?
And a great candidate.
Is it money?
Actually, a good Republican, I should say a good Republican candidate, anyone who runs as a Republican in a statewide race can guarantee themselves 40%.
So Republicans that run in the 23rd do worse than the state average. That's good.
Yeah, usually
no,
40,
48. Yeah. But what you're working on then is the remaining 10%.
Mm-hmm.
You could take a rock and put an R on it and run it for a state office, and it'll get 40%.
Yeah. Well, we did that here.
Then you have to work on that remaining 8 to 9, that 10, 11%.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think you guys are aware, but Lori ran as a Democrat, and she did nothing.
I know that. Yep.
She just literally put her name out there, ran, and what'd you get? Like 11.5%? Yeah. But that was based on absolutely nothing. She had a D next to her name, and she garnered 11.5% of the vote.
And in Paulsbo area is like a D plus 12.
Okay.
That is serious blue territory.
For sure.
That's the last thing that they came out with.
Did you see that they were flying your veterans flags up there?
Yeah, right.
No, they did.
They did.
They did.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah, Rick posted it.
Send me a picture. I don't believe it.
I'll send it.
No, I've seen multiple pictures.
I thought you would have.
I'm not even a social media guy.
Yeah, I thought you would have heard my apologies. I figured you knew.
Oh, I consider that an extreme success.
Yeah, you should for good reason, right? We're talking about Paulsbo here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they did.
The story on that was the city raised the fag flag all the way down the street.
What'd you call it?
What?
The fag flag.
Did you say fag flag?
Oh,
yeah, that's what I said. Fag flag.
Parker.
And I wanted equal accommodation.
Oh my God.
So I wanted my month to put up the Gadsden flag. And
I would love to see
up
that.
One side and down the other because I wanted my time, my equal time on that sidewalk.
I do like the Gadsden flag. I mean,
Oh, it's a cool
better
ass
than
flag.
the fag flag.
Yeah.
It's a great flag.
Wasn't it just American flags though?
I don't know. I just remember that they did some veteran flag thing.
Yeah, and
I just hear.
It doesn't mean I have any
flag.
disrespect for gays, lesbians.
Oh no.
QRSTY, whatever the lineup is now. I don't have any disrespect for that at all. But when they start punching flags up on the city's property at the city's expense, now I'm in there.
Sure.
Because that is not an American flag. That is not.
I would agree with that.
Flag.
That has no place in.
And that's why I called it exactly what I just called it.
Yeah. Look. I just find it funny
there.
because listen, there's a reason why we've always done the most offensive 5 minutes in radio. We tell racist, bigoted jokes because we want to take the power away from the words. And what you just said demonstrated
racial bigots. I got a candidate for you.
Yeah. Is her name Karen? Is she in Bremerton?
Yes. We got to talk about Miss Karen.
Let's transition into that.
Yes.
Let's talk about Karen.
Yeah, I want to talk about this. Let's do this.
All right, so
there was a school board meeting.
I still haven't caught up on all this. F-Bomb and I were
okay.
You were
yeah,
in Vegas,
we were on vacation.
Well, I'll bring you up to date. You're gonna love this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a libertarian. It's cool. Nobody expects you to know what we're talking about.
Wow.
All good.
Hey, I was
just kidding.
Hey, Tom, I was a libertarian once, and then I smartened up. And I met Dave.
Just kidding. Tom's like, you ain't getting another glass.
So what happened was during the Charlie Kirk thing, Charlie Kirk was really personal to me. And when I started seeing this nasty stuff that they were putting out that wasn't factual, you know me, Bulldog, I'm going right for it. First thing was I went after the deputy coroner down in Lewis County.
Right.
He no longer has a job down there. And I'm very proud to put that notch on the belt. And it wasn't just me. It was some other people helping too. And one of the county commissioners down there helped a bunch. And Joel McIntyre, rep down the 19th, helped a lot. But that asshat is gone.
Couldn't happen to a nice guy.
And for good reason. The next one that came up was Karen Bolton, Bremerton School District Director. And she was putting some really nasty stuff out, like saying she's glad Charlie Kirk was dead and that he deserved it. And she had all kinds of really nasty things to say. And so the first thing I did was I looked at it and I went, no, this can't be happening, not here. And actually it was. So I started going after it and saying, okay, and I started posting it up. Then I'll openly admit I put it on the doxing site purposely. She doxed it out there and she trashed everybody around her because she felt she was entitled to destroy his reputation.
Yeah, I can quote what she said here. She said,
go ahead.
To be clear, I am not condoning violence, but I could care less about this asshat dying. He was a hateful man and the world is a better place without him. But the fact people are out here saying we need to have empathy because of his family, no, that's not okay. He called for this violence. He said we need people shot to protect the Second Amendment rights of our citizens. Now, all of a sudden, we need to be nice and mourn him. No. She said, I have zero sympathy for this vile and hateful man. And the last thing she said was, so without any evidence, no one in custody, how do you know it's political violence? She's referring to the shooter there. You all are more upset about this shit stain than the kids who got shot yesterday, because there was a school shooting where 2 people got shot in Colorado. So those were the 3 statements that she made. Again, that's Karen Bolton, and she's the board vice president, position number 1 for the Bremerton School District.
Correct.
She's also a pig.
And
by pig,
I just insulted pigs. I realize it.
Right. And this wasn't the first time that she had incidents here locally.
That's correct. There was also a well-written article.
She basically falsely claimed a hate crime in Bremerton back in 2021, April 2021. And then when she didn't get her way, she ran the Bremerton Police Department under the bus using Greg Wheeler as her hammer. And the Kitsap Sun wrote all about it, except all of the facts. They wrote the parts that Karen wanted written, but they didn't write the rest of it.
Right.
She basically was driving through her neighborhood, which is over there in the Kitsap Lake area, and she lives in one of the better developments over there. She saw a man and his son walking down the street. She didn't recognize them. She then told them that they didn't look like they were dressed well enough to be in her neighborhood and to get out of there immediately. And I have the police report with all the quotes on this stuff. So she can squeal all she wants to squeal. And they then kept proceeding on. And the man, because he had just started an exercise program, was spitting a lot. His doctor had ordered him to start exercising. And, you know, when us larger folks
old guys. Yeah, you can say it.
Did you just call yourself larger?
I am larger. I put on 20 at COVID and I haven't gotten rid of it
Parker.
yet.
Oh my.
Give their stomachs names.
Yeah.
Listen, it takes
that's my rain shield.
As a fellow contractor, we spend a lot of time building our tool sheds.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. Okay, cool. Good to know. Moving on.
I mean, you asked the question,
and the
okay?
shed is always too small.
Always.
I know.
But something has to protect stuff. Otherwise, it gets wet and then it rusts. It doesn't get used very often. So, do you need me to keep going?
No, I'm good. I think I got it.
Like
Thank
George
you.
Carlin.
Yeah.
Everybody needs more space
for their stuff.
Yep.
Amen. Yeah.
So anyway, the guy and his son is disabled. He's 13 years old and disabled. The father walks with a cane. And he also is huffing and puffing because he's fresh into his doctor-ordered exercise program. So he's spitting a lot on the ground as he's exercising.
All right.
She's driving by him as she circled around the second time, and he spits towards the ground. She locks up her brakes, backs up a little bit, rolls the window down, and said, ooh, I don't know. Oh, well, we're not on the radio.
Yeah.
No, you can say all you want.
Say all you want.
She says, oh, motherfucker, that's how this is going to be? That was her exact quote.
Wow.
In front of the 13-year-old disabled kid. And they still start proceeding forward. She calls the kid a dimwit, a dumbwit, and a half-breed.
Oh, my God.
And now this is
A
the black.
half-breed?
This is the black gay lesbian calling the white guys that never did anything ugly, ugly crap because she feels they don't make enough money to be in her neighborhood. And then she has the balls to call the police department, and then she gets all angry because they won't completely investigate the white kid and the white guy walking through her neighborhood. And Greg Wheeler comes swinging in and demands an investigation on the front page of the newspaper. Oh, well, guess what? It did get investigated. Every bit of it. And there's a neighbor that pops up and goes, no, wasn't the dad and his kid that did anything. It was Karen Bolton. That's an ugly, ugly lady. She does not deserve to be in any public office. She's a racist bigot that thinks she's entitled. Oh, yeah, she also claimed harassment over it and sued the OC as well.
Sued the OC?
Yeah, Olympic College.
Why?
Olympic College.
Claimed they harassed her.
How so?
And,
what is the
I don't know
story
what the
behind it?
merits are on that case because I haven't read every single line of it yet.
Oh,
It just hit me, but I went, you know what? I see a pattern here.
yeah.
And I said, she's trashing white guys that are dead. She's trashing disabled kids. She's trashing a guy that's trying to exercise on public property walking down her street.
Yeah.
Who the hell does she think she is? Well, guess what? She's got
Reverend
me
Al
now.
Sharpton.
And I'm going to keep showing up to her school board, and I'm going to keep running her under the bus because that's what she's doing to other people.
Yeah.
She just ran into a bigger bully. And I'm not going away.
Well, life's a bitch, and then you piss one off.
And I'll keep going to those meetings. The first one, she chose not to show up for personal reasons. So
Right.
we waited 2 weeks and we went to the next one. And then they closed it to the public, claiming a disruption because one of the people in the audience asked a question of they had promised to bring the Narcan subject back up. Because the first week Narcan and Epicat was coming up onto the agenda, and one of the gentlemen in the audience said, hey, point of order, we want to talk about this, and you've got it on first reading. Let's talk about it. And he says, no, you'll have your full time 2 weeks from now. When it comes up, it'll be on general discussion. Well, school board put it on consent agenda, which means they're not going to have a discussion. The gentleman that was asking those questions, here's what his concern is. We start putting Narcan into the school nurse's office. What happens if your kid gets a hold of fentanyl or heroin and goes face down? They hit him with Narcan, bring him back around, and just send him home. Parent may not even know that the kid ever face planted, because if they're over 13, if they're over 13, they don't have to notify anymore. That was what that person's concern was. But the board didn't want to hear any of that. And when he went, hey, wait a minute, I object. You said 2 weeks ago you were going to put that on there. Boom, they closed the meeting. That was their excuse to take it private.
And it doesn't seem like it's a difficult conversation to have, right? If you end up having to use
and they
Narcan
could
on
keep
your
their
child,
word.
Yeah, if we end
that
up
council president or that school board president lied to the public, and I was sitting there, and it's on tape.
Yeah, I mean, it would be easy to say,
I'm
we'll make
tired-
sure the parents are notified.
I'm
if we ever
tired
use
of
Narcan.
liars in office.
Yeah,
absolutely tired of them.
Are you guys prepared as within your roles that you guys have kind of grown into in a lot of ways, right? Like, I don't know, is there a title for for what you do?
The
Robert?
roach.
The roach?
Yeah.
Like cockroach?
Everyone that knows Robert Parker
refers to him as a cockroach?
No.
No.
Oh, didn't,
Only one individual
didn't
did that.
Didn't see me give you that
But
nickname?
he's a roach because
Yeah.
he crawls out of the woodwork and gets you.
It gets you. Because you're the head of the GOP in Pierce County, right?
Correct.
Okay. And
I have no position in the party at this current time. I helped Dave.
Okay.
At one time, he was a state committee man for the Kitsap Republican
and I'm
Party.
a former 26th legislative district chair.
And now,
that's right.
Yeah.
And now, who's in charge of the Republican Party in Kitsap County?
Juliana McMahon.
Okay, she still then.
Yeah.
She's been for a while, right? Okay.
But I kind of focus more towards helping candidates and taking out the trash.
Okay.
Right.
Let me take a step back then. What do you guys feel if you had to give advice to people, anybody that's listening that's thinking that they want to run for office, right? Give them some advice. Where do they start? How do they go about it?
First, do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself engaged and familiar with the current issues, because that during your campaign is going to be talked about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Find out what your 3 passionate key issues are before you even start anything. Then you start thinking of all your friends and contacts. Will they give you money? Because people say, oh, Paul, it's not all about money. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Because you can have the best message. You can have all the fight in the world in you. You can have the personality and the ability. But if you don't have the money, nobody hears what you're saying, because you can't do it alone. You got to pay a campaign manager. You got to pay a campaign consultant. You got to do, buy all the things you need to get yard signs, everything.
Which is a whole nother level of psychological stuff.
When
right?
you're learning all that stuff after you've decided to run and you've committed, then you find out about all this stuff. You're so far behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
And as a Republican, if you're not in a blood red district, you're going to lose.
Yeah. Well, I think that's absolutely wonderful advice. Robert, anything that you would like to throw out there?
You have to know what you're running for. I can tell you, I've talked
into the mic.
No, don't cough into the mic.
Not coughing.
I can tell you, I've talked to a lot of candidates that didn't understand what the job actually was. And when they actually found out, they're like, oh, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things that when they get in, there's, they see the public part of it and they think they know. Like you can ask county commissioner candidates and say, do you know what a county commissioner actually does? And then if you drill it down a little bit and you say, okay, what's the name of the human services director? They go, what? And I said, dude, you should already know that. Do you know what the sheriff's name is? Do you know what the prosecutor's name is? All of these people you should be making an appointment with and asking them questions and ask them what they need, because that's going to help you develop your platform. What are the problems in the courts? You don't know now because you're politically, you're dumb. But all these people that are in office that are the directors in your county, they all have different problems. And believe me, they're looking for help. And they're not shy about telling you, hey, we've got a problem with the homeless. And here's the little niche that if you got in as commissioner, this is how you could help me.
Yeah.
The prosecutor will tell you the same thing. The sheriff will tell you the same thing. And you'll start learning from that. Here's where I can make impact. Then go and do your platform. Don't think what you consider before you've actually talked to all of those people that you know what you actually should be running on, because you don't.
Yeah.
And if you do that first, you're going to come out of the box hot. And then you can get somebody like me or Dave or something like that you'll show me your sign. And I'll go, no, your sign's not going to look like that. Your sign is not going to look even close to that. You're going to redesign your sign and it's going to look more like this, because we're going to put it on the side of the road in a yard sign size. You're going to drive by it at 25 miles an hour. And if you can't read it for 3 seconds, throw it in the trash can and start over.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people don't understand the psychology
it's
behind
those
signage.
kind of things, but you can teach those in seconds.
Yep, absolutely.
But teaching them that first thing is the hard part.
Outlaw Radio Network. So we got to go to break. We got to pay bills. Dennis is going to take us there. We promise. Stay tuned. When we come back, we got more.
No, when we come back, Kevin's coming on. We're wrapping it up.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys, for coming in.
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Ring Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Ring Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance. Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf
sometimes
of Paul,
I have to mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplaining.
That's the Outlaw Radio Network, Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
Outlaw Radio Network.
This is Spike Cohen.
This is Jesse Young.
I'm Brandy Cruz, host of the Undivided Podcast.
And you're listening to
my friends on the Outlaw Radio Network.
It is essential.
I like the song. Let it keep going. Oh, you cut it off.
I didn't cut it. That's as long as I made.
That was as long as it was. Well, that's all right. Listen, for those that don't know, for years Dennis busted my backside because I would make intros and outros to the show, and they were always way too long for Dennis. And he'd be like, "You dumb mother," right? And he'd just be like, "It's too long," And I'm like, "Well, I mean, the ladies don't complain." But anyway, I'm just giving you grief, Dennis. It's all good. It's all good. But you do some of the most, Paul. You do some of the most creative stuff, man, and it's just really bad to the bone, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, you're really.
I
good
think
at
we're
that,
just
Dennis.
out to make you blush tonight, Alicia.
I think so. I think that was the goal for the show.
So
no, I'm not.
Oh my God, she blushed. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so guys, we're gonna wrap this here in the next 10 minutes or so. So I want to give you guys the opportunity to get any additional things you want. So Robert, tell me what you're, not specifically, because I know some of the stuff you can't talk about, but give me some idea of what kind of things you're working on here that are coming up and the direction that you're headed.
Currently,
as a roach.
Currently working on Pierce County Council appointed candidate Brian Yamby. Used to be on Fife City Council for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
He abused his government purchase card for some American Airlines
That's
charges.
He abused his government card. He abused it.
And some Uber charges. And then there's a lot of questionable charges. Like, I don't think our public officials should be having dinners at Ruth Chris Steakhouse on the taxpayer.
Nope.
No.
And
I've never eaten there, so they definitely should.
He kind of got caught doing this. And I didn't catch him. The city actually caught him.
Mm-hmm.
Except the city covered it up.
Why?
And they gave him, the mayor issued a letter to him and said, "We're suspending your purchase card for 6 months. Bad boy. And you're going to have to pay it back." So he signs a deduction from each of his payrolls. So for $10 a month every 2 weeks.
In perpetuity.
And it wasn't a lot of money. Except here's where it gets worse. It's always the cover up that really gets you.
Yeah.
It's the city has an RCW that forces them and mandates that they report that to the state auditor's office, which was never done. And so they violated the law by covering it up. Which means I had to report it to the state auditor's office, and that's going through right now. Plus, we pulled all that stuff out. Glenn Morgan has done a video on it. I'll be talking to Tacoma News Tribune about it, and probably the Seattle Times also, because we don't want a thief in office. And this thief was down at the city of Fife for 10 years. and had all his little antics going. And the Democrats appointed him when somebody else left the Pierce County Council. They appointed him onto council there. They didn't do their background. So I'm doing the background, and we do have a
That's
solid
because he's
candidate.
a puppet vote for County Executive Ryan Mello.
Yeah.
So they liked having him there. Yep.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
There is a great candidate that's running there, a guy named Terry Wise, and he's solid. I've talked to him and met him. I was like, where'd we find him, Dave? This guy's good. And I'm not going after that Democrat because of Terry Wise. I didn't even know Terry Wise's name, and I was already neck deep in with this guy. But I'll tell you what, I'll spend $500 chasing 50 if it's from a thief. And if it's a government thief, I'm sorry, I won't do that. I won't let us pay for a crooked politician. And that is exactly what he is. And I have the documents to back up every single word that I said, right down to his Ruth Chris Steakhouse receipts coming out of the restaurant, right down to every monthly charge on his credit cards, because I pulled a full 5 years of his statements.
That sounds like
and that's what
shit,
I
but a lot
do
of fun.
to crooked politicians.
Yeah.
I jump in the middle of it, just like Karen Bolton and her nastiness. This is another nasty one that needs to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I do. And that's why they call me the Roach.
The Roach. I'm never going to get past that. I know. I just gotta, just put it in memory.
Simmy Bird was the one that coined that towards me. He said I was like a roach that came out in the middle of the night, and by morning he's slapping stuff all over you.
Oh my God.
So I just embraced it, and I just put a decal on the back of my truck. It's got a roach right on the back window.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Dave. Fill us in a little bit about what you got going in the direction that you're working towards here.
Well, right now, I'm totally focused on Michelle Caldier and Terry Wise in the 5th, trying to help our charter review candidates. Pierce County is one of the 3 counties in the state that actually does every decade you do a review on the charter, which is our county constitution. So I'm helping a lot of those candidates. Recruiting, getting ready for 2026.
And one of those candidates is Jesse Young, right?
What about Jesse?
You were just talking about the Pierce County race, and one of those candidates is
the charter review.
Yeah.
Jesse Young is running in the 7th county council. There's 3 charter review representatives in each. We have 7 districts.
We love Jesse Young.
Yeah.
So
Jesse is running in the 7th there as one of the 21 candidates that would be running in the general representing the Republican Party.
Thank you.
So we're doing real good with that. We're probably raised about just under $150,000 in the last couple of weeks.
Amazing.
To get things going with just the Terry Wise campaign.
Yeah.
And more money has been coming in for Michelle.
Good.
So Pierce County is always good for each term, which is a 2-year term, of raising almost $500,000.
Amazing.
Yeah. We average out, we'll hit about $500,000 again this year, maybe more. Last year it was 600. Last term it was 600,000. The year before that was 500,000.
And again, I say I really think you should be at the state level.
Yeah, I'm proud to say Pierce County is one of the more productive. Counties.
You guys have your stuff together there. I always appreciated going over and visiting you guys.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So my focus is right now, because we also are one of the few counties that have a significant race. I mean, everything, school boards, city councils, all those different things they're all important, but they're not like a significant where you put a lot of effort in, a lot of money.
Right.
We have 2 for that county council and the state senate, the 26th. So we're like in full campaign mode, when generally this would be kind of a little more relaxed. You're talking more about 26 as far as planning than actually doing in 25. So that's been quite an experience, because if we're successful and Michelle wins and Terry Wise wins, because they're special elections, we got to do it all over again next year.
Yeah, you do.
Because then both those seats come up again.
Yeah.
but because assuming they'd be incumbents, it'd be a little easier.
Yeah, no, they would be incumbents doing it again.
Right.
We actually had the same scenario happen last term with Paul Herrera in County Council seat 2. So Hans Zeiger resigned for a private sector job, and we had to get Paul in. So that was a 2-year. We got him elected, and then we got him elected again.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of work. So as far as my vision is just sticking to my guns, recruiting candidates and trying to make a difference.
Great.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
love it.
Gentlemen, we appreciate you guys coming in. This has been a great conversation. I think you guys really gave people
Glad to be here.
Meat, right? Like explaining to them what it takes, what they need to do as far as their homework goes, and then talking about some of the issues. So we really appreciate it. And we'll keep you guys absolutely on the speed dial because, this next couple of years are going to be very interesting.
I'm more than happy to come down anytime you want.
Well, and you know what's funny about that is that because we're now broadcasting live from Black Ring Spirits, like a lot more people are really willing to come sit down in here. And, thanks to Tom's graciousness as a host.
And I'll tell you what, he mixes a really great drink.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I am, almost exclusively a tequila guy.
Yeah.
And Tom did this candy apple.
Yeah, it's just candy apple red and ginger beer.
And it was fantastic.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You should have seen the look on Brandy Cruz's face. She sat down here for an hour before she met us upstairs at the old station.
Oh, that was
by the time she gets upstairs, she's
loose,
like,
wasn't she?
Okay. I don't know if I can do this again, but but yeah, it was great. We had a good time.
Well,
no, but that was an excellent drink.
Well, thank you. I just okay. I'm going to toot my own horn for a second.
Good. You should.
We did just win a silver medal for best martini in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, fantastic!
So, that was
silver medal.
But for a guy that's very, very particular about his drinks.
Well, thank you, my friend. I'm glad you're enjoying that.
You went right over the hub.
Well, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
We're gonna head into some national political issues now, and I don't know. Kevin may or may not call in. Who knows?
I have a feeling Kevin is probably not capable of calling in at this point in time. I do think there may be may have been some tequila influencing his abilities.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, he would show up right here.
Oh yeah, he said he was going to call in. I texted him.
Whenever he pops in, I'll see him a little.
Oh, well, is he going to call or is he going to link?
I don't know. There would be a video link. It would be right here. And then
yeah, and then someone asked him.
This one.
No,
what?
Alicia. He'll show up down there because he has to be brought in by someone who's in control of the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, the controller over there, Miss Lori.
Yes. Or whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever. Yeah. So it's all good.
Okay.
Good. So let me there we go. That's what I wanted to go to. Actually, you know what? I don't know. I'm afraid that's all still working right. Well,
don't push too many buttons, man.
That's what I was just going to say because what was it?
We did
when we first came down here with Phil and he found StreamYard. Like I am not a big proponent. I'm not happy with StreamYard. I don't particularly like it. It's not a user-friendly setup in my book. And the reason I say that is because if I go to switch over, like if I'm calling in, it's a touch screen.
I know.
So if you touch the screen, you will get up.
Hey, Paul, you don't have to censor yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're not dealing with the FCC anymore.
I know.
I know.
Ain't deregulation grand?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm gonna keep beating my libertarian drum. Damn it.
But anyway, all I was saying is like, I would try to switch over. Like if I got a phone call or my phone rang while I was on StreamYard,
it would
dump me. And so there's just some issues with it that need to be
worked out a little bit.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I it's quirky and I don't like the quirkiness of it.
And I'm not IT savvy enough to know. I mean, I've learned how to make the buttons do what the buttons do to get us started, and that's about it. I can't do anything fancy.
So let me ask you guys. I want your opinions. Okay. How much of an impact did yesterday's protests have?
I mean, I was shaking in my boots.
On you.
No Kings.
Yeah, the No Kings protest.
Okay. When you say impact, what are you asking about?
Well, like when you drove by, what was your thought process? Did you go, oh my gosh, that's amazing?
I saw nothing.
Yeah, you saw. There were like 60 people out on Key Peninsula, which was, over a population of 15,000. 60 people's a lot.
In my day-to-day, like going here, going there, doing the things I have to do to just make my day what my day is, I saw absolutely nothing different about yesterday versus today or Friday.
So I specifically did not go to Safeway, which is my shopping store. And I went to Grocery Outlet instead, just so I didn't have to drive down.
So you actually changed what you were doing for the day so that you didn't.
I just didn't want to deal with it because they go to protest, they take up all the parking spots, then you can't find anywhere to park. Like I just didn't want to deal with it. So you're just talking about that
intersection.
And then Puerto Vallarta's right there, and I see all the cars parked in there, and I know damn well they aren't going in there and enjoying that delicious salsa and chips. They're just taking up their parking spot of that private business, and it pisses me off.
Beeler.
What?
Puerto Vallarta's fine, but we've got to change your bar. We have to change your bar for good Mexican food, dear.
I didn't say that it was the greatest Mexican. I just said that it's my favorite.
Human beings are creatures of habit.
We can help you.
There is.
Okay. Hey, F-bomb's defending you. I'll quit.
Of course she is, because I'm right.
There's better Mexican food around here.
Los Cazadores is really good. They did the carb. I wasn't as happy with their carbone steak house.
Cazadores is okay, but honestly, if you want the best Mexican in Kitsap, go to Los Cabos and Bremerton.
I've been to Los Cabos and Bremerton. I didn't like it as much as I like Puerto Vallarta.
Babe, I'm not talking about your cooking. I'm talking about restaurants.
Oh, good thing you made that clear.
Listen, that has been my place since they opened. I don't want to hear this.
It used to be good.
I was dragging, trying to write master's papers.
It used to be good.
When I was working through my master's papers, I needed chips and salsa. It was my brain food.
Hey,
that was my go-to.
I get when I was going to college.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a place in Ellensburg called Leighton's. It was a truck stop on the far side of town. It was gross, but you could go in and get a cup of coffee for 50 cents, and they'd let you sit there for hours and study
and just do some coffee camping. Huh?
Okay.
I used to do that when I was in.
So I get it.
Junior high.
Okay.
High
Well, I'm just telling you.
Used to sit at Denny's. Till I got older, I never really realized what kind of a pain in the ass we must have been for the waitresses,
Oh, I know.
Walking away
in the ass college student.
Yeah, I mean, just walking around refilling our coffee cup until 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean,
not making them any real money, and then
and I was broke, so it wasn't like I could even tip good or whatever. No, I was just a pain in the ass little parasite that was trying to pass some classes.
Yep. Good night, Tegan. Good to see you. She, the other day, I think it was yesterday, she was getting ready to go on air, and she was going to do a little live broadcast, and she had messaged me and asked me to reach out to do it, but I would have done it, but I was busy with my kid's birthday party. So, Isaac said something. Puerto Vallarta, I haven't been there since my mother passed. Kind of miss going. Well, you should have your dad take you again, Isaac.
All right, I guess
that was a hell of a guilt trip for you, kiddo.
Yeah, that was a hell of a guilt trip.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Wait, is that your son?
No, it's my son.
Oh.
So why are you laughing at him?
I don't know.
Yeah, I said, Beeler, my son's on your side. So, I'll shut up now.
Monica, hi. Good to see you. Tacos? Like, are you saying that in like a joke, kind of like?
No, we're talking about Mexican food.
I know.
What is this new thing we got? I like it.
I don't.
Oh.
We've always had it. Well, I think Lori's over there playing and having fun, right?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, which is, I love it when she does that because it's kind of hard to look at, like, I read the chat off on my phone. It's tiny, right? And right. Well, I just got, I
Oh no, I'm talking about the comments popping up on Facebook on the actual podcast.
Like, it's hard because I actually, I've worn bifocals for years. Well, this week I got my new glasses, and I got the progressives.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got to get. I mean, this shit is hard to get used to.
It is really hard to get used to.
So I've adapted already on the driving part, but the issue is like you have such a small space to be able to read.
Yeah, I can't.
And that's what I'm not used to.
This pair is my first pair like that. I can't drive in them.
Dude, I'm like, I go to America's Best. They got good rates and stuff, and their glasses are fine. But I went from paying like $300 for a pair of glasses. Like, so here I got the new ones.
Yeah.
$700 fucking.
What? I have Coach glasses. I paid like $200 for. With the progressives.
I got no words for you. Like I said, they were $700. But
that's insane.
Well, I got like one of my pairs is a work pair. It's the safety glasses.
Okay, all right.
And so I got all the extra shit, like the non-scratch lens and all the rest of that stuff. And just like, wow, dude, so freaking expensive.
There's K-Dog.
What up, guys? You hear me okay?
You hear him.
He looks like he got earrings, like those big earrings. You know, like you see these kids,
what?
These emo kids.
No, they're in-ears. They're just in-ear speakers.
What it looks like. Still can't hear him.
I know. I can't hear him either. But like you told me during the break.
Like ear spools.
Yeah,
like not hearing Kevin is not a bad thing.
I agree with that, actually. It's been very nice not to have screaming in my ear.
Can you really not hear me?
Again? No, that was a bad.
Yeah, that's a good look on you, Kevin. You should keep that.
What?
Keep what?
Yeah, it is.
Are you muted, Kevin?
He's like, am I
muted? Wait, I better look, because I don't know if I'm actually muted or not.
Oh, they can hear him. We just can't hear him.
Oh, the people that are listening.
Yeah, he can hear us. We can't hear him.
Before, remember?
We've had that happen.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the one that's on that end.
Yes.
Oh no, the listeners can hear him. Okay.
Can you sign to us?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, I don't know.
So you guys can't hear me at all, huh?
I don't know either. Kevin, call in. Call Dennis.
All I know is I hope you're having a great fucking vacation, you bastard. And I hope you're enjoying the fucking sunshine and the beach and all.
Get
the
off
drinks.
your phone.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Maybe we should.
Can't hear
maybe
you.
we should bring up the half a dozen women that reached out to me trying to get a hold of them. They're just they're tired of being.
Oh snap!
They're tired of being ghosted, Kevin.
Kevin, stop ghosting people.
He's like, okay, I won't say anything more. I promise, brother. I won't say. I won't say another word. Is that your IQ?
I can't really see what's going on. I mean,
there's nothing. He just keeps flipping us off. You want?
Oh,
to see?
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Listen, and I get it. I understand being. I know what it's like being on that end, right? And Kevin does shit like this. He'd be like, going, "All right, hold still. Okay, cut him off. Just drop the call."
We see it when.
See you later, Robert. Okay, good night, guys.
So when I went to Vegas, I just
call in
called
on
Dennis.
Dennis's phone.
Yeah, call the cell phone.
Call Dennis's phone. Okay.
Great. Okay, that's perfect. So you guys didn't really notice anything about the no fucking Kings bullshit. Like
I didn't.
I posted everywhere that I could, and I'm such a dick for this, right? So like, but I just told him, I said, you know what was so impressive about the No Kings Day, the protests all over the country.
They worked.
Every one of you needs to realize Donald Trump's the.
I know. That's great.
Yeah, it worked. We don't have a king.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Like pretty sure our No Kings Day, we did that shit back in like 1776.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So my complaint or my observation about the No Kings Day is, okay, I'm using the term we loosely. We're protesting someone because we don't appreciate his ideals as a political leader.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yep.
It's mostly Trump derangement syndrome.
Right. I mean, whatever it is, right? But where were we? Where were all these protests when, during the COVID lockdowns and with.
I mean, me and Dave and Robert were down on the steps of Olympia with about 30,000 other people.
Right. I mean, so we're I had organized some thoughts on this earlier today, and they're not with me now.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
That happens a lot.
I will tell you.
Yes.
I will tell you, and we'll get to numbnuts in just a second.
Oh my
but I have been of the impression, at least since COVID, that the protests, they just don't do a damn bit of good, because the politicians just lock themselves in their office. They don't pay a damn bit of attention, and the next day the protesters are gone.
Well,
so let me finish real quick.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer that a protest, no matter what it's for, is irrelevant. It will always fall on deaf ears, because until you're willing to take it to the next extreme, you're not going to be heard.
See, that's the problem, though, right? Because we've seen that, the idea of, let's take it to the next extreme, and so we get people shooting at politicians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And some of that's not good.
No, it's not.
Because the next step from there is even worse.
And it gets to my point. If you're not going to take it to the next extreme, you're wasting your time, and nobody is going to take it to the next extreme, right? Because that's the next extreme.
Right. So, I mean, what my question though is, okay, which politicians are ignoring?
Word of the day, numbnuts. I love it.
That is awesome.
Okay, so let's do we have Kevin? Can we bring Kevin on? I don't want to say let's make Kevin hot. He'll get the wrong idea.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay now?
Hey.
No, I don't. You guys hear? I don't hear anything. Do you guys hear something?
Shut up, Paul.
Do you hear anything?
I already ruined the joke.
I don't hear anything.
Hi, Kevin.
God damn it,
Hello,
Alicia! You
Beals.
just
How are you?
Oh, see, there is your thank you. He calls you Beals.
I know, right?
I'm allowed to call her Beals. I'm special and unique. Hey, let me just.
He's beautiful and unique, just the way he is.
I just want to confirm. I can't believe I'm doing this to start this segment, but I want to agree with something that Paul just said.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Protests are irrelevant. We need look no further than the Bremerton School Board this week, who decided that because angry parents were there, they were just going to shut down the meeting and then go to private meetings because they didn't want to allow public comment. Paul's absolutely right. Listen, elected officials on both sides of the aisle do not care what you have to say. If you believe that any Democrat or Republican really cares what you have to say, for the most part, right? There's always exceptions to the rules. But as a general rule, neither party really gives two craps about what you have to say or what you really think. They're going to go by their agenda, where their special interest money comes from, what their PAC says.
That's right.
God damn, Kevin, you're sounding very gold.
Paul's 100% correct. Here's why I'm not gold, Tom. It's because I want to vote for someone who has a chance of winning.
So you're going to perpetuate two agendas that don't give a shit about you or we the people.
Because if I vote for your gold candidate, it's still going to perpetuate two agendas that do not give a crap about me or we the people, because your gold candidate is not going to get more than 2% of the vote.
Someone has to start.
Well,
you're right. You're right. But right now, it is more important for me to vote for the dumpster fire that is Michelle Caldier than it is to
not
allow...
helping Kevin. Not
Seriously.
helping by calling her a dumpster.
We just talked about how you apologized, and now here you come on here.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I did apologize, but listen, here's the
I
problem.
wasn't poking at any one candidate. I'm poking at two
I know,
big parties.
I know, but here's the problem. I can either vote for Michelle Caldier, who I'm not 100% sold on. I said that before, even after my apology. Or I can vote for some libertarian candidate who won't get elected, and then my vote is essentially wasted because none of the Dems are going to cross the aisle. So the only way that you ensure in this instance that you have an opportunity to possibly stop the Democrat supermajority at Olympia is to swallow the bile and vote in a two-party system. Well, because the alternative is my vote gets wasted on a libertarian candidate that doesn't get there, and then you have Deb, whatever her last name is,
Krishna Danson,
whatever. I'm not even going to try, because hopefully I don't need to remember her name.
Or Danston. There may be an extra D in there.
Yeah, although Paul and I talked about this earlier this week, I'll share my thoughts on that in a minute. But look, I have an opportunity: waste a vote on somebody who has no shot, or cast my vote with the hope that we can break the Democrat supermajority.
Well, you're looking
right
at
now.
You're looking at
right
though it as a black and white thing, though, right? I mean,
no, it's not racist.
No, black and white, on and off, binary, ones and zeros. You know what? Pick your descriptor. But
yeah, but in Washington State, it is black and white. Tom.
See, you're right.
State,
you're
yes.
right. In Washington State, Washington State makes me look conservative.
Yes,
I'm not conservative.
Yes, you are.
But on on the national level, you've got to look beyond the parties.
Yeah, but you don't have a viable candidate on the national level. And
what
to
about
be honest,
Thomas Massey?
It doesn't matter who you vote for in Washington State for president.
No, you're right.
It really doesn't.
You're right.
In fact,
for president,
I probably should have voted libertarian.
Yeah, because that develops the party.
It develops the party, yeah. But it wouldn't have made a difference in the overall end of things. It just would have given them a higher percentage to vote.
Right.
But yeah. Listen, Paul and I talked about this before. Can we stay on this state Senate race really quick?
Yes, please do.
I firmly believe that Michelle Caldier is in deep doo-doo in that race. And I'm going to tell you why.
You think Michelle Caldier is in trouble in her race? Okay.
That's not what Dave just said.
Well, but listen, I love Dave, but Dave is a member of the party. Dave's not going to. I love Dave, and
yes,
Dave has
loyal.
tremendous integrity.
Dave is loyal.
He's a wonderful guy. Yes, he's a wonderful guy. He's got great integrity. he's not going to come on here and say his own candidate has a problem. But she's got a problem. Every time she's run in a primary, she's secured somewhere around 45% of the vote in the primary, really consistently in every primary, in every race that she's run. Now, what's changed? Nothing has changed as far as her demographics. She's still running in the same district she's always run, right?
Yeah.
So that number shouldn't have dropped precipitously. But in this last primary, what she get, 32%? 33%, something. I don't hold me to the number, but it was way lower than
the
normal.
primary is not indicative of how the general is going to go to that extent, though. Especially
But
when there was 1 and 1, people are like, I don't need to vote.
But here's why I don't agree, because the people that vote in this primary are probably the same people who vote in every primary. I'm not comparing primary votes to general election votes. I'm comparing primary to the last primary to the last primary in every primary she's run in. On top of that, she has to name. But again, I'm looking at other off-year elections. Look at her. She's got 5 terms under her belt. Look at where she's been in those 5 primaries. Even in off years, she's pulled in 45% of the vote consistently on the primaries. And on this one, she's considerably lower. Now,
Kevin, hold on a second. Let me ask you this, and I just for clarification purposes. So your feeling is that she is in trouble with the electorate because she didn't pull a large enough percentage during an off year primary?
She didn't pull, I wouldn't even say large enough, I would say comparable. She did not pull comparable numbers to what she's pulled in previous primaries, both on and off years.
But
she's considerably lower. And hold on, this is the other part that's really important. She has name recognition. I know that Deb is the incumbent, okay? The problem is Michelle has been in this district for over 10 years. Nobody's looking at that ballot and going, I've heard of Deb before I've heard of Michelle.
Yeah,
They've heard of Michelle first.
I have one question.
I'm sorry, Tom, go ahead.
No, I just have one question for you along this line of thinking.
Yeah.
Is this her first run for a Senate seat?
Yes.
Okay. Is that different?
But she's been not for the average voters who's looking at the ballot and looking for a name that they recognize. What I would have expected if Michelle was going to be a strong candidate for this seat is I would have expected that she would have came out hard and that Deb would have had a whole lot more work to do.
Hey, Kevin.
That she would have had to have played catch up.
Hey, Kevin, it's Dave McMullen. How you doing?
What up, Dave? How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Want me to correct you?
Yes, please do.
Or you just want me to let you keep going and
misinforming
everyone?
Tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
Okay.
Part of the reason that Michelle didn't get the same amount of votes is she won Pierce County, but she lost Kitsap County. And the reason being that Kitsap County Republican Party didn't do jack to help her out. Just bottom line. Okay. Republican turnout of this special election was abysmal. A big chunk of Republican voters didn't vote in the primary. And with that, Michelle only lost by a mere 1,000 votes. In the general, we have a significant ground game and money that is coming in, working the votes. Our buddy Jesse Young is out there pounding on the streets, getting conservative votes for her.
So, Dave, let me ask a follow-up really quick. Do you think that the party is doing more now to help her as we're in the waning moments of this election cycle?
Significantly more.
Okay. And then do you think that Republicans are going to come out and vote more en masse than they did at the primary?
Yes, by a long shot. We've got an incredible amount of doorbellers, phone banking, texting. We're running this campaign like it's a race for the governor. A lot of money is coming in. We have targeted the voters on the Republican side that stayed home, special election. There just wasn't anything to get excited about. It's just typical of Washington voters. Pierce County has invaded Kitsap, so to speak, and we're getting things going where they're doorbelling, making phone calls, and doing get out the vote efforts. I'm not saying it necessarily we invaded, but Kitsap we offered our help. They've taken our help. We have our get out the vote program, which in Pierce County is pretty damn significant.
Yeah,
we're working that Kitsap part of the 26th.
I had a doorbeller show up at my house for the first time ever, I think. And F-Bomb and I have been in the place we're in since 2012. And the only doorbeller I had show up was for Caldeer.
Yeah, we've got a significant operation going. I'm more than confident in her ability to win this race. More than confident. We had her. I don't know if you were listening before, but we had her at our.
He wasn't. It would have saved us so much time if he would have.
What's that?
No, I'm sorry. I was hanging out with family, doing family things, watching T-ball games, enjoying 80-degree weather on a boat. Shut up.
Okay, as you post on Facebook every 10 minutes, like get off your phone and go enjoy the sun.
Yeah, I'm happy
Come on,
you're.
Kevin.
Have you had an In-N-Out burger yet?
No, we didn't go to In-N-Out. Not this time.
You got to go.
No.
When do you leave?
Tomorrow morning. I got to be up at 4 a.m. for a 6:40 flight.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So you got to have an In-N-Out burger.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got a ground. One of the things Michelle's got going forward too is she's got the endorsement of both county political parties and our enthusiastic support. First time that's happened, as you know, in a long time. Michelle has battled either one county party or the other every single election. If this was 2026, the Democrats would have already given up. There is that issue of her not being the incumbent in a new race. Jesse Young also suffered in that category, running for a new office in 2022. I still say he would have won that race if it wasn't for the Dobbs decision.
Let me ask you a question, Dave.
Yeah,
Dave, do you think that the incumbency is a big deal in this race?
Incumbency is huge. The incumbent always has. Deb has an incumbency advantage. Michelle Caldier has more recognition. Deb, I don't know if you've been paying attention or if the mailers have been coming to your address, but we've been significantly attacking Deb's record. She's been nothing but a puppet for the Democrat agenda. I don't even know if she's spent any time down in Olympia this first term thinking for herself. And we're hitting on that. So anyway, I was just kicking back here on your casting couch, wondering why it's so firm and not worked out at
burn.
Yeah. So anyway, I was just listening to you go on about that, and I just had to speak up and let you know that.
Listen, before you get off headphones, Dave, let me just say this. I hope you're right. Like, you know me, I'm not a huge Caldeer supporter in general, but in this race specifically, the only result that would make me happy is if she wins the race.
Because it opens up other opportunities for other candidates as well. So
and we have to break this we have to break the supermajority, right? I mean, that's the rub.
That's the big thing right there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I just wanted to get on to let you know that I am more than confident in Michelle's ability to win this race.
Well, Dave, here's the deal. If she wins, I will gladly come on here and sing your praises about how right you were and how wrong I was. I totally will. I will tell you how right you were and how wrong.
I'll do you a big favor. If she wins, I'm going to personally drive her over here, and she's going to be on this show.
You can pull that off.
You know what?
And then Kevin
I can pull that off.
Then Kevin can apologize in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There we go. Isn't that a great idea, Kevin?
That sound like a fun time, Kevin? You know, I love you, man.
Whatever happens, man. Whatever happens. If she wins and I've said this before, I'll say it again. If she wants to come on the show, I'll even take the show off.
No, you won't.
If that makes her feel comfortable.
You'll be here. You'll be here.
You just want me to sit through that. I know you.
You know, Michelle's
Hey,
so
Dave.
dedicated to winning this race, she postponed her wedding.
Did she
Did she really?
She postponed her wedding because she knew she had to put 100% of her time into this race. That's how dedicated she is to it. That's
didn't
how
know she was
hard
getting married.
her campaign,
Yeah, she's getting married.
our political party, and volunteers around the state. We've got people coming in from Spokane, Idaho, California. We flew in some people from Texas. They're out there door knocking for Michelle Caldier and some of our other candidates. We're running a machine right now.
Yeah.
Well, God bless
listen,
her for
you-
that, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Well,
Hey, Dave, let me ask. I want to ask Dave one other question. I'm sorry, Tom, I didn't mean to walk on you, but I want to ask Dave one other question. And this is something that I keep hearing about from other circles, and as I talk to people in churches specifically, and just kind of the almost a revival of sorts of people identifying as conservative and moving to the Republican side of things in the wake of what happened to Charlie Kirk. Are you guys feeling that as well?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Are you feeling
Absolutely.
kind of a groundswell?
Matter of fact, earlier on in the show, we were talking just exactly about that. Particularly when the assassination happened. We were right in the middle of the Washington State Fair with our booth, and it was just phenomenal. The amount of people that came up wanting to register to vote, that said they were giving up on the Democrat Party, that just wanted to talk about how wrong things are going in Washington State. Charlie Kirk was turning point, and I do believe that we've hit a turning point in the psyche of the public. There are just so many people. Conservatives tend to not retaliate the way Democrats have done as far as attacking people on social media and stuff. And since that time, conservatives have been just vigilant about attacking people that have attacked Charlie Kirk. There's more and more people supporting Antifa, or supporting attacking what Trump's doing against Antifa. This No Kings rally, they tried to say that, there's like 7 million people, and there's actually honest reports that say it wasn't even 1 million. So there's a lot of turnaround, a lot of people truly waking up.
Dave,
not woke, waking up.
Yeah, Dave, is that statewide?
Yes, statewide.
1 million people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Washington is a different animal, so it's not as significant as around the rest of the nation.
Right.
But it's happening in Washington. So I was talking to Jim Walsh at our gala last night, and the state party is getting lots of emails, phone calls, and different communications, people wanting to get involved. For the first time, it's always a struggle, as you know. It's a struggle to get volunteers to do jack.
For sure.
I mean, everybody has their demands, but none of them have the time to volunteer.
Right.
We ain't having no problems finding volunteers for anything we need to do in this Michelle Caldier race, our county council race in the 5th. Money's flowing in easy. It's just to backtrack. I'm feeling really good about things right now, Kevin.
Give us a prediction. What do you think Michelle wins?
I think that we're fully prepared to go ballot harvesting and ballot rehabilitation. The election is not going to necessarily end. I think it will be tight enough that we're going to have to go and rehab ballots. You know what that's about. That's signatures that get rejected at the elections office. And we need to go out and find those voters and get them to sign an affidavit so that they're about where we've got volunteers already set for that. It could be, I don't expect it to be a blowout. I do expect it to be tight. I'm hoping it'll be tight, but past the margin.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to be a 2 to 3%.
The election is like the 4th, but they've got to like the 20th or so for all the ballots to come in for rehab and stuff
before they validate. Yeah.
Right. So we're prepared to do that, but we're hoping that the margin will be enough that we're going to do it anyway, because we want to make sure every vote counts.
Yeah.
But we're prepared for it.
That's a beautiful thing.
In the past, because you couldn't get volunteers ready and stuff, it's like, oh my God, we need to go out and rehab ballots.
Yep.
And you struggle and scramble, and after a couple of days you get it going. We're already set to go. We've got the money reserved in the bank for whatever it's going to take to get people out there and doing what they do. I'll probably spend the first week after doing it myself. It'll be an all hands on deck, and we actually have a small army of people wanting to do it. So that also encourages me that because right now they're working on turning out the vote.
Yeah,
we're calling every person that voted for Michelle Caldier in 2024 that didn't vote in 2025, and we're calling them 2 times, 3 times.
I dig it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I just feel highly confident. So.
Okay, so Kevin, you hear the confidence in Dave's voice. Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. So you hear the.
Yeah. No, I would expect Dave to be nothing but confident, right? I mean, they're putting hours in, they're putting legwork in, they're spending money, they're using resources. As Dave mentioned, they got people that are volunteering, that are getting active.
Right. Well, let me ask you my question. Let me ask you the question then. Does hearing Dave's confidence give you pause in how you felt? Because you've been pretty adamant. Look, you support Caldier, and you want her to win, but you haven't felt at all good about her chances. So does listening to the things that Dave has to say to you, does that make you pause and rethink?
Let me answer this in an in-depth way. All right. So don't jump on me the minute I answer this. No, because
well, you suck. Hang up on him.
Hold on. No, because I'm a Seattle Mariners fan, right?
Oh, God help us.
No.
Help.
See, that's where you're wrong too. The Dodgers in 4.
Oh, stop it right now.
Well,
we are going to go to war over this, buddy.
Because here's my problem,
Dodgers
right?
in 4.
My problem is that I am
a Democrat.
I'm punch drunk, right? Like I'm so used to like watching the Mariners blow it when it matters, right? And now we got to go to a 7th game.
You mean like the
last couple of years? The last couple of years, they missed the playoffs by 1 game at the end of the year. And I'm so used to watching Democrats somehow figure out ways to pull these big races out from under us at the last minute because they found ballots or something wonky happens, or Sharma Sawant suddenly gets reelected in Seattle when she's down a whole bunch. Like for some reason, I'm just completely snake bit to the idea that finally one of these races that matters so much to the direction of this state is going to go in our direction. So it's nothing against Dave. I'm just terrified, as I honestly, Dave, tell me if I'm right. I'm terrified, as I hope every Republican is, that this election goes the wrong way, because if they're scared, then it will motivate them to vote and motivate them to get active and do the little bit extra that's going to be needed to cross the line. I don't want anybody feeling like this is going to be an easy election in November for Caldier to win. Like I want there to be some fear and some trepidation so that they make sure they vote and that those Republican voting numbers come up a little bit.
I would absolutely agree with you on the point that Republicans have historically been really good about stealing victory from losing out of the jaws of victory.
Stealing defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
That the line you're looking for.
Yeah.
Also, Kevin, you couldn't sound more Republican in that moment than I've ever heard you. Like that was
kind of sexy.
it was definitely better than hearing his wham crybaby liberal crap.
Just what I wanted to hear.
I didn't say that.
A man with a beard. Just what I wanted to hear from a man with a beard is that I was sexy. It's great.
Well, Parker should have told you that in a really nice way. He had that old straight up white beard looking like Santa Claus, man.
Yeah, that was great.
In this race, I am a Republican. In this race, I'm 100% sold, banked in, bought in, rallying for, rooting for Caldier to win that seat.
What he's not saying.
Can I meet up with you and swear you in?
There you go.
on video, give you a certificate.
Look, Mom, I'm a Republican now.
if she wins, you can swear me in.
Oh my God.
So you're saying if Caldeer wins, you're becoming a full-fledged dyed-in-the-wool Republican. I mean, you already are, and everybody here knows it.
At least the day that I swear in.
You're going to wear a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Dave? Hold on, Dave. How about this?
I have
if
one.
She
I'll
wins,
bring it in.
If she wins, Dave, for an entire month's worth of shows, like a whole month, 4 shows, I will wear whatever attire the Pierce County Republican Party asked me to wear.
Oh my gosh, Dave, you could have so much fun with this.
I'll wear a hat, I'll wear a shirt, I'll wear a scarf, I'll wear a dress, whatever you want. Whatever you want to put me in for the month to celebrate that she won.
We're going to Lover's Package.
Oh, Dave, that was great. Oh, that was perfection. Have fun with that, Kevin.
Hey, Dave.
Dave, do you have any idea how much this could creep Paul out? Because there's this Christmas sweater tradition that has gone on around here.
No.
That
It'll
makes
be your
Paul
ugly- it'll be your
really,
ugly
really
sweater moment.
uncomfortable.
Special place in hell. Special place.
Yeah.
Reserved
Dave,
for you
listen,
two assholes.
Next time you decide to come in studio, Dave, could you do it when I'm around? Like, I don't know why you were,
You know
waiting till I
what?
was
What I'm
gone.
going to do is, if the Mariners make the World Series, you're going to wear a Dodgers hat.
Oh.
If
He talks
Well,
shit about the
hold on.
Mariners all the time, though, so he's fine with it.
But he's a
Hold on.
diehard fan. You don't talk that
I am
much
a
about
diehard,
the
yeah.
team unless you're a diehard fan.
No, but again, I'm snake bit. Like, I just expect them to fail. You know what I mean? I'm so used to them coming up short.
You got
That's why you should become a Dodger fan. Then you can be free.
It sounds like my marriages. I just expect them to fail. Damn.
Maybe that's your problem too, Kevin.
Damn.
But how about shedding some positivity out into the world instead of coming at everybody with that negativity? Put that positivity out there, and then maybe it's going to
I
grab
can be
hold
a
of the
realist.
Mariners' magic.
Oh, I think we just lost K-Dog. I heard the bloop.
I think he hung up.
Oh, so sad.
I mean,
Well, we are nigh on 10 o'clock there, kids.
we are, but I
Yeah.
think Kevin needed to accept the fact that people were telling him, dude's a Republican.
He
He just can't bring himself to
Yes.
admit. And
Actually,
I know
I
lots
think
of-
he's more libertarian than he is
well,
Republican.
I mean, you might be right, Tom, but I've known
Kevin
lots
and I
of,
have been
I'm
having
back.
fun like
Yeah.
that for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I know lots of gay people that just had a hard time coming out to their close family members, right? And I put Kevin in that category.
About making a little sideways.
I'm just getting clarity.
I just listen. I see Kevin as a closeted Republican, just like all the gay people I've known in my life. He just have a hard time coming out. He doesn't want to acknowledge to everybody
Yeah.
that and all the women that he likes. He doesn't want them to know his political.
We got nothing.
Nope, there you go.
Nope, there we are.
No, now I'm back. Now I left you guys
Oh,
for a second. I don't know
okay.
what happened.
Oh, we left us for a second too.
Yeah, we were gone too.
Oh, that's so weird. All right. Okay, guys, listen, I'm going to let you guys wrap the show. Let me there's just two things I want to say, three things I want to say. First, Dave, I love you, man. I think you're doing God's work. Keep doing what you're doing.
The second,
Dude,
he's
I
coming out of the
listen to you
closet.
every week, buddy, because I enjoy what you do.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate you too. The second thing I want to say is the shenanigans that have happened at the Bremerton school board meetings need to receive significant pushback. And if they decide that they're going to close the meetings to the public, then the public needs to be on the doorstep. I know I caught some crap online from Robert that I wasn't at the meeting this week. I wasn't at the meeting because I was in Cali. We need to rally something together. The fact that what she said was heinous is in and of itself an issue. The fact that the school board's decision is to respond with, well, we're just not going to let people talk and we're going to close off the meetings. That should annoy people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should threaten you to the fiber of your being, that these elected representatives have decided that you're not worthy to speak to them. So I've had a lot of people reach out to me the last couple of days. And my response to them has been the same. Make noise, share the post, make noise, get people involved. make noise. Don't let this die. Don't let this story drop.
And Lids
now
of
it's
TikTok
not about,
ran that story, man. That's big.
Yeah. And now it's not about what she said. Now it's about what she said and the fact that the Bremerton school district thinks you're beneath them. You want to talk about kings? You want to talk about no kings rallies? Your kings right now sit on the Bremerton School Board. Those are your kings.
At least
they can't be bothered to speak to the peasants. Okay. The third thing I want to say, and I'm going to get serious just for a second. I found out earlier today that my nephew, not the one who I'm helping out, he's in treatment, but another one of my nephews, mid-30s, overdosed last night at 10:01 p.m. We don't know what. I'm assuming fentanyl. That was the drug that he'd had an issue with for a long time. I bring this up because I want to remind you, and I mean you, the listeners, that this is what we're dealing with in this state. We are dealing with a culture perpetuated by the Democrat Party that there are no recourse to your actions. There is no ability to get help for those who need it that are not able to advocate for themselves. There is a push to legalize. There's a push to decriminalize. There's a push to make this stuff on the streets a lot easier to get. And so today, I stand here before you as a guy who just lost his nephew, who had 2 kids that are never going to know their dad.
So sad.
They're both around 10, but they've never known their dad before this because he was so wrapped in the throes of addiction, he wasn't safe to be around them. And so the hope to them was at some point, dad would pull his head out of his ass and be able to get treatment and be able to get clean so he can be a dad. That dream is dead. Today, those 2 kids had to bury the dream of their dad ever being able to be a dad.
I'm sorry.
And I stand here as a dad, who has a 19-year-old daughter who's roaming the streets of Bremerton on fentanyl, who could very well be the next number in the statistic.
Yeah.
You have to push back. This Democrat agenda, this woke agenda, this isn't even Dems, this far left agenda in this state of let's just let fentanyl be everywhere. Let's let drugs be everywhere. This is the implication at home now. And it is a matter of time, if it hasn't hit you already, that this fentanyl epidemic, the opioid epidemic, the overdose epidemic, the drug epidemic, it's only a matter of time before it hits your house, your home, your family.
Listen, what you're saying is, and I know I speak for everybody when I say our hearts go out to you.
Yeah, for real.
But what you're saying is literally the reason why I full-throated, completely 1000% support, even though I understand the arguments against it. I understand why Trump and the Department of War and others are going after the drug cartels. And I support it. It may not be pretty and it may not be able to be constitutionally justified. That's an issue for the lawyers and the Supreme Court to figure out.
I mean, yeah, because they're dead now. So
who?
Well, listen, here's the problem. 2 of those guys that were on that boat, the last boat that was taken out, 2 of them were picked up. They're in U.S. custody, but the latest rumor is they're going to be returned back to their country of origin.
Yeah,
and there's some maritime.
What do you think? They're here illegally.
Well, there's some maritime law that comes into that, some international law that comes into that. Like I get it, I understand.
Yes, international law, law of the seas. It's a big deal. Yep.
Yeah, but at some point in our own backyard, we have to deal with the implications of what this drug epidemic is doing.
Right.
Not just to our children. I mean, certainly to our kids, but to grown-ass adults that cannot get the help, that cannot see straight, that have loved ones that would advocate for them to get the help. And we have a state that just basically says, you're more than welcome to overdose. We don't care.
Yeah.
We're not going to advocate for you. Knock yourselves out.
I encourage everybody that's listening right now to do yourself a quick search and watch the videos coming out of Memphis, right? Those are that's the most recent location where Trump and the Department of War have sent the National Guard into. And there is so many people who are posting videos, and I'm talking people that live in the inner cities, right? I'm talking African Americans who are like, my kids can play in my yard now, right? One guy said, I walked to the grocery store for the first time in years.
Holy moly.
Like these are the people living in that situation. And the ones that it's having a positive effect on are not afraid to say it. and God bless them for it. And to your point, and all of the pain and suffering that your family is having to deal with due to your loss, dude, you got extreme circumstances, take extreme measures.
It's time to walk with our big sticks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, you have to, and you have to allow family members to advocate for their loved ones.
Yeah.
You know, now again, I think a judge should be involved. There should have to be a process. Everybody gets due process. But when you take somebody to a judge that says, "Hey, they've been on fentanyl for years. They're tested positive for fentanyl. They've been arrested for drug possession." At some point, the government has to get involved and say, "Okay, enough's enough. You're actively breaking the law."
Mm-hmm.
You know, drug court is great the first or second time around. You've been arrested 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Drug court should not be an option. Forced treatment should be an option. Forced alternative solutions need to be an option.
Amen.
Because otherwise, you're just delaying it until they overdose.
Amen.
Hey, real quick. This is Dennis, and
hi, Dennis.
Sincere thoughts about your loss, because I've been through it, and it's the whole drug court thing is such a facade in a sense, because essentially what it's truly designed for is for those multiple defenders that have those 5 and 6, but everybody is jumping in on the first time around, getting busted, and going, "Okay, I'm cool.
I got you. I've
gotten away with it." And it's, they're not being honest with these people right out the gate about it. And it's sad because, I lost someone to a fentanyl overdose, and sadly enough, their daughter is out doing the same thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And no way to fight it. And unfortunately, this young lady happens to call me dad.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
and
my heart
again,
is with you,
Dennis, man, my heart's with you too, because I know what you've been through. And that's the problem, right? The problem is this is pervading into everybody's lives. Everyone's going to start feeling this. This isn't getting better. This is getting worse. The Democrat Party is the party that wanted safe injection sites. The Democrat Party is the one that that at one point made it so that drugs weren't even criminal and had to go back on that because they messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, when you take away the incentive to hold people accountable for doing illegal things, you can't act surprised when overdoses go up, drug deaths goes up, our kids on drugs go up. You can't be surprised because you've taken away any accountability to keep people from expanding it. And you're really catering to the lowest form of life. Okay, there are people in this state that are making money hand over fist to sell this crap to our kids, to our family members, to our neighbors. That's the lowest form of life. And the Democrat Party in the state of Washington has basically said, "You guys have at it. Make all your money. It's totally cool."
And ladies and gentlemen, there is your local co-host that himself is a Democrat who just did a commercial for the Republican Party.
I love
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
Well, that
Probably
was
the
great.
the longer I live in the state, the closer I get. Guys, I love you guys.
Love you, man.
I'll be back in studio next week. Dave, reach out to me if you're still listening. If the Mariners win Game 7 tomorrow night, and we'll put a little wager in effect. And please give my best to Michelle and tell her I hope that she not only wins but wins handily.
A reminder to bring us $20.
I will do that.
I have not brought up the money, Paul.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It was
Kevin,
funny.
relax.
It was perfect timing.
It was
I
all
would
good.
still like my kids to get that, but whatever. I love you guys.
All right. Take care,
Dave,
Kevin.
take care. Take care. You guys have a good one.
Good night, Kevin.
Carry dog out.
Oh my gosh.
And I will say this.
Hey guys, one more thing.
Oh.
Remember who won the Derby?
Oh my
Who won the
gosh.
Derby?
Get out of here with that
Good night,
shit.
Which year?
See you guys. This year.
Oh boy.
Tom, you're beginning to sound like a Dallas Cowboy fan looking for your past accolades from Saturday.
Okay.
I warned you.
Good night,
guys,
everybody.
man. I warned you.
You did
All right,
warn
good night,
us.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Good night. I will tell you, it warms my heart. Started doing radio in 1999 with Kevin.
Yeah.
Dyed in the wool progressive liberal Democrat when I
Mhm.
started on air with him. I mean, he was signing women's breasts with a Sharpie in studio. He called it and butt cheeks. He called it signing my hiney.
Oh.
I mean,
like Howard Stern.
He was so far to the left, it wasn't even funny. And
Wow.
now he's doing commercials for the GOP.
Yeah, I love it.
Like
great.
that's a metamorphosis that's gone on right in front of the listening public.
I think one of my first shows, he went on a rant about how he could never be a Republican because XYZ.
Yeah.
And now here he is saying,
right,
I'll
I'm in
do it.
this and I support the and you know, his big issue, and I always gave him grief about this because his biggest issue with the Republican Party was their stance on gays and lesbians.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there is no stance on gays and lesbians. I don't know a Republican that gives a damn.
I mean, it could be argued that a conservative believes in upholding moral,
biblical traditions, right?
Right, and that extends into the legislative sphere.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're right. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah,
I'm just making the point that Republicans, they may feel that way on the inside. It's not a. It's
Yeah,
not
we
a-
don't care.
It's not an issue that the party
right
has anything to do with.
No, you're right. It's
So-
not a platform.
And I've been telling him that for years.
Yeah.
And he just in one ear and out the other. But now he gets it. I
He
don't have him.
does.
I don't have him yet green with me on
Good
the
job,
abortion issue,
Paul.
but I take full credit for it.
Yeah.
You
He's
know.
starting to look more and more like an alpha. Have you noticed that?
I would not, if I were you, I would not say that.
Wow.
I won't.
Okay, because you will never hear the end of that. She says I'm an alpha. Yeah. I'm it forever. Yep. All right. So listen, folks, we want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Please pay your respects and donate money to the Pierce County Republican Party. Dave and the rest of us greatly appreciate it.
Check, MasterCard, Visa.
Oh, he's throwing out all the different
There you
forms
go.
that you can pay him with.
There you go. So listen, folks, we love you all. Thank you for staying with us tonight. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for listening to our guests. Peace and love towards all of you. We don't need to do you have any last words? Because no, I don't. I'm not dying.
No,
at
we
least As
don't.
far as I know. Does anybody have any last things that they want to throw out there to anybody? Anybody? Bueller?
No, I'm good. Good night, you guys. Thanks
Okay.
for tuning in.
Everybody, good night. We love you.